much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Nicola. This is my partner Andrew, and we're from Aberdeen.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Ted. This is my wife, Pat, and we come from Thornton Clevedales near Blackpool.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Dan, and this is my mate Peter, and we're best friends from Hull.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, my name's Lee. This is my daughter Sophie, and we're from Camberley in Surrey.
And these are today's contestants. A very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you very much indeed. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, here to sort the wheat from the chaff, pocket the leftover chaff, and take home the chaff. What can I say? The guy just really likes chaff. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
How lovely, by the way, to have Pat and Ted back.
I know.
Weren't they great? Pat, by the way, was brilliant.
Was she not?
No offence to Ted, but Pat, you were sensational in the last show. Ted was good as well. Listen, he's punching above his weight is all I'm going to say about Ted. That's all. Listen, you'd be the first to admit it, right?
It was,
of
yes.
course. Welcome everybody else as well. What a jackpot round we had last time. It was James and Andrew.
Yeah.
Stephen King novellas, short stories. First answer, 100 points. Second answer, 100 points. And then third answer, another 100 points. So it was shame for them, but lovely for everybody here.
Yeah, there we are. Thanks very much, Richard. So, as you gather, James and Andrew did not win the jackpot last time, which means we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember this, it's the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so keep your scores nice and low. Other than that, very, very best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is sport. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many 2018 Tennis Grand Slam semi-finalists as they could. Richard.
Yep, we're looking for the name of any male or female tennis player who reached the semi-finals of a Grand Slam tournament in 2018, please. That's the Australian, French or US Open or Wimbledon. So any male or female player that reached the last four of any of those four events, and that's just singles. Best of luck.
OK, thank you, Richard. Andrew, welcome to Pointless, here from Aberdeen. Tell us all about yourself, Andrew. What do you do?
I'm a police officer, have been for 10 years now. When I left school, I played football for one of Scotland's Premier League football teams.
Just don't keep us in suspense, Andrew. Which one?
It's a team called Inverness Caledonian Thistle.
Caledonian Thistle. You played for Caledonian Thistle?
That's correct, yes.
What level?
I got to reserves. Unfortunately, like most players, don't make it to top level, and I turned to the police.
You turned to the police, as anyone would in those circumstances. So what position did you play?
I was a goalkeeper.
But, I mean, how much football do you play these days?
Not as much with the shifts, obviously, but I'm still playing the work five-a-side team.
Very good. Very good indeed. Now, Andrew, what are we going to say on this Grand Slam semi-finalist question?
I'm going to go take a risk and say Dominic Thiem.
Dominic Thiem?
Yes.
OK. Taking a risk, always a bit punchy on that first podium, but let's see if that's going to pay off. I think from Dan and Peter's expressions, that looks like it might... Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know, maybe I should... There was a kind of look of resignation about that. I don't know. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dominic Thiem. Oh, it's paid off, Andrew. Down to 3. What a start. Very strong indeed. Very well done, Andrew.
That's a lovely start. Well played, Andrew. Yeah, I think you might be a keeper, Nicola. He was in the final of the French Open, Dominic Thiem. And his surname, interestingly, is spelled T-H-I-E-M. So next time someone tells you there's no I in team...
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Ted. Welcome back to Pointless. Lovely to have you here again. Remind us all about yourself, Ted.
I'm a retired aerospace engineer, and in spare time, this is confession time, I do ballroom dancing. I took it up 18 months ago on the persuasion from somebody, and 6 months ago we actually achieved our bronze standard, which is nowhere near the standard somebody else next to me reached some time ago. But I was very pleased to have done that.
Do you know, that's touching on so many levels. So Pat has come down a level or two.
Or three.
Or three. And she's joined you there and helped you find victory.
Yes.
That's lovely.
Yes.
That is lovely. Oh, amazing. So what's your best dance, Ted?
I really like the waltz.
What's the technique?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. And nice, and your poise and your deportment is amazing. Do you think if you win the trophy today, would you in fact just dance us out at the end? It'd be just I'd love that.
We actually have a routine that we did last weekend in Fleetwood.
That's going, no. You're not ready, Ted. You're not ready.
We have a Spice Girls cha-cha.
I can't wait to see it. Please win. Ted, bearing which in mind, what would you like to go for?
It couldn't be a worse subject. And after what you just had there, I'm thinking desperately of... I'm going to have to be really boring and hope he wasn't out with injury by then. I'll just have to go with Andy Murray.
OK, Andy Murray. You know, Andrew is his given name, I think, probably. But yes, Andy. Andy Murray. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Oh, Ted, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's 100 points.
Sorry, Ted. Yeah, he's been in many semi-finals in his time, but yeah, ravaged with injury.
Thanks very much, Richard. Dan, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. From Hull.
From Hull, yes.
And what do you do, Dan?
I'm a trainee train driver.
And what about that? Wow. What about that? Oh, I think I would swap jobs with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, I'd love that. How did you get into that?
Well, my dad's a train driver, so I think it's always been on the cards, so to speak, as I was growing up. And then I did a few jobs after university, and a job came up back in Hull, and I thought, you know, let's give it a try. And on the right track now, and there we are, a train driver.
That's good. This is good. This is good. How long till you can drop the trainee bit?
My exam is next month.
What line will you be driving? Do you know?
Out of Hull, so we do go on the East Coast Main Line. So we go Hull to York, Hull to Scarborough, and Hull to Sheffield via Doncaster.
Very. You'd be so well travelled, Dan.
Oh, why, thank you.
Amazing. Oh, we'll talk more about this, I hope. Dan, what are you going to go for?
Well, again, like I said, sport is not my forte. I did have a friend of mine, though, for Newcastle, did brief me with a couple of players. So I'm hoping, amongst all hopes, that Arthur Ashe was a player.
OK.
I mean...
OK.
It sounds promising, doesn't it?
Oh, Dan, yeah, that's good. Oh, Ted. Oh, we may yet see 1, 2, 3. Arthur Ashe, says Dan. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Arthur Ashe. First, let's see if it's right. Oh, Dan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Another incorrect answer, which means you score 100 points there.
The big issue there is he sadly passed away in 1993. But he was a tennis player, so your friend was right. He's certainly named a tennis player there, but...
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Sophie, welcome to Pointless.
Hi.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Sophie.
I work at a tech company. I do data entry. In my spare time, I play video games and go to the gym, watch TV.
What sort of level of gaming are you at? I'm imagining you're amazing.
No, I die a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, keep it light, Sophie. OK, Sophie, what are you going to go for on our brilliant tennis question? It's going so well.
I actually think I might join the 100 Club because tennis isn't my strong suit.
You'll find it's pretty packed in there.
So I think this might be right, but I don't know if she's a semi-finalist. So Joanna Konta? Is it Joanna?
Joanna Konta.
Yeah.
Joanna Konta. Well, let's find out. How many of our 100 people said Joanna Conter? Oh, there we go.
I'm fine with it.
Never mind. Listen, you're in very good company. That's another incorrect answer, scoring you 100 points.
And I would say it's the best wrong answer we've had so far. She's the... I would say the wrong answers so far go Joanna Conter, best, Andy Murray, second best, Arthur Ashe, forgive me, worst. But they all score 100. So.
They do. Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. Well, 3 was the best score of that round, Andrew. Very well done, Andrew and Nicola. I'm going to say looking like a genuine shoo-in for round 2. And then 100s, where we find Ted and Pat, Dan and Peter, and Sophie and Lee. So it's a Lee, Peter and Pat off, I would say, for the rest of this round. Anyway, best of luck to all of you. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? There we are. Lee, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you very much.
Tell us all about yourself.
I retired in June 2018 after working in the printing industry for 50 years.
Very good indeed. What are your interests now? What do you love doing?
Well, I've been playing a sport since I was 14 years old, which included basketball, squash, karate, golf. So I'm now back into golf, and I've just taken up bowls.
Just any karate still, or is that have you?
No, I'm too old for that now.
No, and bowls.
Yeah. Probably better at bowls than karate. Yeah.
Good indeed. Now, Lee, there you are. You're on 100. You're on 100. We need a nice low score from you.
So, again, tennis is not my thing, but I'm going to go with Novak Djokovic.
Novak Djokovic, says Lee. There is no red line for you as you are joint high scorers, but let's see how far down the column we get with Novak Djokovic. There we are, 39. Not bad. 139 is your total.
Yeah, you won Wimbledon and the US Open in 2018.
Thank you very much, Richard. Peter, welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a conference producer in the shipping industry.
See, that is fun. Conference, I mean, hard work.
Yes.
Presumably, conference, you have to be there. You've got to be up at the crack of dawn, presumably.
Yeah, it's all about organisation.
All about organisation. What stage of the conference do you then think, woohoo, I can now peel off and relax?
I don't run things on the day, so basically I just sit back and watch, and that's when it gets relaxing.
You just sit back and watch the car crash. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's fun. So, and then, here's a guess. Shipping conferences, I'm guessing sometimes overseas.
Sometimes, yeah. So Singapore, a couple of weeks ago.
That's quite fun.
Copenhagen before that, yeah, so it's gets to travel quite a bit.
That's fun. And what do you do for fun? When the conference is running, in fact, and you run away?
Dan and I, we often try and do a podcast. We haven't done it in a while, but we like to set each other challenges.
So what kind of challenges?
Dan once set me to go to do salsa lessons. I'm a terrible dancer. I liked it so much I went back twice, so there you go.
So yeah, it paid off.
Maybe we'll have to have a dance-off with.
Well, I don't think that was a million miles from my mind. Peter, 139 is now the target, so we need a score of 38 or less for you to stay in the game.
I am dreadful at tennis, never watched it. So I'll have to go for Rafael Nadal.
OK, Rafael Nadal. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Rafa Nadal. There is your red line. It's right. 50. 50 for Rafa Nadal. We have a new high score.
Yeah, he won the French Open and semi-finalist in the US Open.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Pat, welcome back.
Hello.
You were very much the star of last time's performance. Remind us all about yourself, Pat.
I'm a retired airport operations officer, and in our spare time we go ballroom dancing.
See, it sounds to me like you've been ballroom dancing for a bit before.
When I was a little girl, I did, yes, but I haven't danced for many years until I persuaded Ted to start again 18 months ago.
And obviously, being Thornton Cleveland's, you're very close to Blackpool, which is kind of
we go to the Tower.
The beating heart of ballroom dancing,
yes.
really. So, did you grow up near there, or?
Yes,
yeah.
I've always lived in Blackpool.
So you're no stranger to dancing with a number on your back, as it were. Pat, we have a high score. We have a high score of 150. Which means you have to score 49 or less. I have a hunch you will do it.
I don't think I will. No, I'm sorry.
Really?
I was going for yours, and then I was going for yours.
Maybe they'll force you to come up with a more obscure correct answer.
No, I'm going to go for one I know is right. Well, I think it's right.
That's
Roger Federer. That's...
OK, Roger Federer. Well, let's have a look. Djokovic scored 39, Rafa Nadal scored 50. What will Roger Federer score? There is your red line. Good luck, Pat. It's right. 63 takes your total up to 163.
Yeah, the Australian Open winner. He once reached 23 consecutive Grand Slam semi-finals, Roger Federer.
Wow.
Some going, isn't it?
That is some going. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Nicola, welcome to Pointless. Tell us about yourself.
I am a working project management for an oil and gas company up in Aberdeen.
Of course, Aberdeen.
Yes.
Exactly, right. The centre of oil and gas production.
Absolutely.
You're also a dog breeder and a dog shower.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I've got me and my mum, and I've got a twin sister. We show and breed our dogs. We've got Irish setters, so I've got 4 of them at home. And my mum's done it over 30 years, and we've done it, and we compete a lot at dog shows and stuff. Got a couple of champions at home, and we got best of breed at Crufts a couple of years ago.
That's just incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the pinnacle, isn't it?
Yeah,
of
once
Irish setter breeding.
There was about 450 other Irish setters to come out on top. Is great.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What do you put it down to?
Just judges on the day. It's obviously
Just
kind of
incredibly hard work that you put in with your mum. Is that
Yeah, me and my mum and my sister. We all do it together, so it's a good family hobby.
Amazing.
Although I'm never at home, so at the weekends I'm always on the road.
You spend your entire weekends on AstroTurf.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
well,
much.
you know.
But it's good. I love it.
Very good. Now, Nicola, good news. You're through to the next round, whatever
Yes,
happens.
no pressure
Partly
taken
thanks
off.
to Andrew's brilliant answer in the first pass, and thanks to Pat and Ted having a very high score. It's out of reach for you. So that takes the pressure off.
I think I was obviously coming with the obvious answers, and obviously got the Williams sisters, Sheena and Venus potentially. But since I'm already through, I think Maria Sharapova was in the Australian final. I hope so.
Okay.
I'm going to go for that one.
Well, let's find out.
Yes.
As you say, the pressure's off. There's no red line. You're already through.
Yeah.
Let's see if Maria Sharapova is a right answer. And if it is, let's see how far down the column it goes. No.
Oh well.
There we are. There's our answer. Couldn't matter less. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 103, but you're through. And it's still the lowest score of the round.
Yeah, absolutely right. Funnily enough, we've had 3 of the top 4 answers, obviously Federer, Nadal and Djokovic. Pat, if you said Serena Williams, you'd be through to the next round because she would have scored 47 points, Serena Williams. Other than that, everyone is in single figures. I'll go through the low scorers. Del Potro and Anderson would have scored you 7, Cilic and Halep 5, 4 for Kerber, Wozniacki and Naomi Osaka, who won the US Open. They just scored 4. 2 points for John Isner, Sloane Stephens, 1 for Madison Keys. Let's take a look at the pointless answers now. All of these would have added £250 to the jackpot. Yelena Ostapenko, Julia Jorges, Marco Cecchinato, Garbine Muguruza, Carl Edmund, the British player, Chung Hyun, the Korean, Elise Mertens, Kai Nishikori, and Anastasia Sevetsova. Very well done if you did any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And so we find ourselves at the end of our first round, and it pains me to say, Pat and Ted, we have to say goodbye to you far too soon. I was certain you were going to be our winners today. I'm really sorry you're not, but it's been so lovely having you on both shows, in fact. But Pat and Ted, thank you so much for playing. Pat and Ted. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, 3 pairs remain. Oh, all I can say is, phew! Peter and Dan, whoa! You made it. Listen, you made it. Andrew and Nicola, obviously, very well done to you. And Sophie and Lee, very well done. Great to have you all here. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is literature. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns books with 2-letter words in the title. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you the titles of 6 books and their authors. We've missed out a 2-letter word from each of the titles. What is that word, please?
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 6 titles with 2-letter words missing, and here they are. First board reads, Blank Long and Thanks for All the Fish, Douglas Adams. Blank Set a Watchman, Harper Lee. Call Blank by Your Name, Andre Aciman. Bring Blank the Bodies, Hilary Mantel. The Way blank live now, Anthony Trollope, and Life of blank Jan Martel. I'll read those again. Blank long and thanks for all the fish. Blank set a watchman. Call blank by your name. Bring blank the bodies. The way blank live now and Life of blank. Each of these titles is missing a two-letter word. Can you tell us what that is? Nicola.
Yeah. OK, I think I'll go for the bottom one and say Life of Pi.
Life of Pi,
Yeah.
says Nicola. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Life of Pi. 71. 71, The Life of Pi.
Yeah, famous book, famous film as well, of course, which always means things score higher.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Dan.
Yes.
What would you like to go for on our board?
To try and redeem myself, again, this is another kind of a punt, really. I'm going to guess at The Way We Live Now.
The Way We Live Now, says Dan. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said The Way We Live Now. It is indeed The Way We Live Now, 75. For that.
Yeah, he used to get up at 5:30 in the morning and write for 3 hours before he went to work at the post office. Trollope.
Thank you very much, Richard. OK. Now, Sophie, you're the last person to have this board. Already, we've reached the end of this board. Do you want to talk us through all the unanswered ones?
Well, I don't know any but one, which will be my answer.
Do you want to have a bit of fun time guessing? They're all 2 letters long.
Yeah, but now all the two-letter words have escaped my head.
All of them?
Except for the one I'm going with.
OK, fair enough. What would you like to go by? Is there any of those you want just for sheer ribaldry, just to have a crack at?
Be long and thanks for all the fish.
Be... All right, yeah, what one are you going to go for?
I'm going to go with Call Me By Your Name.
Call Me By Your Name. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right, 87. 87.
Yeah, and James Ivory won the Best Adapted Screenplay Oscar for his adaptation of that. He was 89 when he got that. It's hard to know what else would go in that, which I suspect is why it scored so highly. You all know all 3 of these. Douglas Adams.
So Long.
Correct, 75 for that. The other 2 are the lowest scorers, actually. Harper Lee.
Go Set a Watchman.
Go Set a Watchman, 16 points. Well done if you said that. And
Bring Up the Bodies.
Bring Up the Bodies, yeah. 21. Well done if you got all of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, well, halfway through the round, let's take a look at those scores. 71, the best score of the pass. Nicola, well done. Nicola and Andrew, once again, looking pretty strong. 75. Dan and Peter, 87. Sophie and Lee. So, yes, Lee, let's have a nice low score from you to keep you in the game. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more book titles up on the board, each of them with a 2-letter word missing. Here's our second board. We have The Catcher, blank The Rye, J.D. Salinger. Blank Country for Old Men, Cormac McCarthy. Blank Artist of the Floating World, Kazuo Ishiguro. A Passage, blank India, E.M. Forster. Ordeal, blank Innocence, Agatha Christie. And Blank Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, Philip K. Dick. I'll read those titles again. The Catcher, blank The Rye, blank Country for Old Men, blank Artist of the Floating World, A Passage, blank India, Ordeal, blank Innocence, and blank Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. Lee.
Well, I do actually know 3 of them, but I don't know how good the scores will be, so I've just got to think of which one of the 3 I could get away with. So I'm going to go for No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men, says Lee. OK, you're the high scorers, so there's no red line for you, but let's see what happens when we say No Country for Old Men. Is right. Oh, look at that. Down it goes. Lowest score so far, 60. Well done. Taking your total up to 147.
Well played, Lee. Yeah, wonderful film as well, No Country for Old Men.
Thank you very much. Now, Peter. Peter, now you have a target. You have to score 71 or less with this.
OK. Really not sure here. So I'm going to have to go for, I think it's the Agatha Christie. I'm going to go for Ordeal in Innocence.
OK, Ordeal in Innocence. Let's see. Here is your red line. Can you get below that? Let's find out. Ordeal in innocence. Peter, I'm sorry to say that is an incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 175.
Yeah, sorry, Peter, I'll give the correct answer at the end of the round, but at least it's cheered Dan up because you both made a mistake, so that's nice.
Thanks very much. Now, Andrew, good news, you're through. Doesn't matter what you score here. Do you want to talk us through that board?
Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest of readers or book fan. If I was to take a lucky guess, a passage to India, or my android's dream of electric sheep. I think a passage to India sounds better than my other options, so we'll go with that. A passage to India.
Passage to India, says Andrew. No red line, you're already through. Let's see what happens, though. A passage to India. Absolutely right. Down it goes to 83. Very well done. Takes your total up to 154.
Well, that round ended up being harder than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, you'll fill all these in. The catcher
in
is absolutely right. Yep, that would have scored you 74. The Ishiguro.
I don't know. My guess would be an artist of the 13...
it has to be, right?
Yeah.
It is an artist. Well done. It would have scored you 58. It's Ordeal by Innocence. Yeah. It would have scored 21. And it's got a question mark on the end. Do. Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. 50 points for that. So, Ordeal by Innocence, best answer on the board. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, at the end of our second round, we have to say goodbye to another of our pairs. And I'm afraid, Peter and Dan, it is you on this occasion. But you'll be back. Yes. You'll be back, and I have every confidence you'll go further next time. But it's been great having you on. Thank you so much for playing, Peter and Dan. But for the two remaining pairs, it is now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Andrew and Nicola, Sophie and Lee. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. Well, you know the story here. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot.
It's been an interesting one. We started very well on this show with Dominic Thiem, and we've gone progressively downhill ever since, which is... so I'm hoping maybe we can... you know, this might be a nice head-to-head, just sort of bring the standard up a little bit.
I think so. We've had 3-figure scores from everyone so far. I'm just saying, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. So, yes, let's see if we can pick that up a little bit. But best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns places that share the same names. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you some pictures now of places in different countries that share the same names as each other. We're also going to give you the first and last letters of those places. Can you tell us what they are, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 places that share the same names. And here they are. We have got A, PH, UK and Australia. B, NS, USA and Italy. C, MS, USA and Egypt. D, OA, Canada and USA. And E, BN, UK and USA. There we are, places that share the same names. Andrew and Nicola, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
OK, we know a couple. I'm going to go with E and say Boston.
Boston, say Andrew and Nicola. Boston. Now then, Sophie and Lee, it's over to you. The board's all yours. Do you want to talk us through it?
What do you think?
I think A's Perth, B's Naples,
Yep.
C's something,
Good.
and D is Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. D, Ottawa.
D, Ottawa. So we have Boston and we have Ottawa. Andrew and Nicola went for Boston. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that for E. 48. 48 for Boston. Now then, Sophie and Lee, are you sure about this? Seems to be a little bit of.
Well, now you've
bit of
asked me
conflict.
that, no.
No. I
Yes,
just
I am,
wondering.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
good,
think so.
good. You went for Ottawa for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ottawa. It's right, it is Ottawa. And it wins the point. There you are, worth going for. 35 for Ottawa. Very well done indeed, which means, Sophie and Lee, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Well played, Sophie, and it is the capital of Canada. You're quite right. The Canadian one, very much the colder one. In the winter, they place explosives in the river to blow up the ice to stop the area flooding. I would like to watch that.
That's fun. And people could all stand there with glasses and see if they can catch the cubes.
It's a really good idea. I bet they do.
That is good.
Is it good? What was that?
Yeah. It's literally a gin and tonic. Literally.
Oh, very nice. And yeah, Boston in the USA, named after Boston in Lincolnshire. You're quite right. A is Perth. Would have scored you 56. We'll leave C for a moment. B, you're quite right, is Naples, USA and Italy. 45.
They both look nice, to be honest.
Don't they just? Naples is Florida, isn't it, in the States?
Yes.
And the best answer on the board is C.
Memphis.
Memphis is the answer there.
You see what they're doing?
USA and Egypt.
They're walking in Memphis. That's what they're doing.
Ah, quite right. 19 points for that. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, here comes your second question. Now then, Andrew and Nicola, you have to win this one to stay in the game. But remember, Sophie and Lee get to answer it first, so good luck. Our second question today is all about solos. Richard.
Simply 5 clues to facts that relate in some way or other to solos.
Thank you very much. Let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they are. We have got the member of Queen who performed a solo on the roof of Buckingham Palace in 2002. The character played by Robert Vaughan in the 60s TV series The Man from U.N.C.L.E. The US goalkeeper who won 2 Olympic gold medals and the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup. The author of the 2013 novel Solo, based on Ian Fleming's James Bond series. And the Star Wars character who's been played by Harrison Ford and Alden Ehrenreich. I'll read those again. The member of Queen who performed a solo on the roof of Buckingham Palace in 2002. The character played by Robert Vaughan in the 60s TV series The Man from U.N.C.L.E. The US goalkeeper who won 2 Olympic gold medals and the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup. The author of the 2013 novel Solo, based on Ian Fleming's James Bond series. And the Star Wars character who's been played by Harrison Ford and Alden Ehrenreich. There we are. Sophie and Lee get to go first.
I've got 3. Top one's Freddie Mercury, middle one's Hope Solo, bottom one's Santa.
OK, we have discussed. I'm hoping this is so old that I'm the only one who'll know it. So I'm going to say it's Napoleon Solo, The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Napoleon Solo, the Robert Vaughan part. OK, now then, Andrew and Nicola, do you want to talk us through that board?
Well, you know, 2, thankfully not that one. I think top one is Brian May, and then the bottom one would be Han Solo, away from Star Wars character. We'll go for Han Solo.
OK, Han Solo and Napoleon Solo is what Lee and Sophie have gone for. Let's see if that's right for the Man from U.N.C.L.E., Napoleon Solo. It is Napoleon Solo. I think this is going to be a nice low score. 28 for Napoleon Solo. Very good indeed. And we have Han Solo, Harrison Ford and Alden Ehrenreich. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Han Solo. It is Han Solo. Oh, that's a high one. 68 for Han Solo. Which means, look at that, Sophie and Lee, after only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0. Very well done.
We said we wanted to see some good playing, and Ottawa and Napoleon Solo, both very good answers, so very well played, richly deserved. Brian May would not have saved you. Brian May would have scored you 60 points, but Andrew, a goalkeeper, would have saved you. It's a bad way to go out. This was Hope Solo. Hope Solo would have scored you 6 points, and one of my favourite authors, and he wrote this, was William Boyd, and he would have scored you 1 point. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, Andrew and Nicola. That's the sad news. The great news is you're back next time. So we'll look forward to that, and I have every hope you'll be straight through to the final that time. Obviously, that's not a bye. You have to get through the first 3 rounds first, but I'm sure on this sort of form you should. Anyway, thank you so much for playing, Andrew and Nicola.
Thank you.
But for Sophie and Lee, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Sophie and Lee. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. There we are. Well, you started your pointless career today with an incorrect answer that scored you 100 points, and you've clawed it back from that point. And now, wouldn't it be nice, wouldn't it just be poetic if you could then finish the pointless career with a pointless answer? That would be nice. What would you like to see come up?
Mine would be Friends, or general movie and TV, and maybe Marvel. Bit of a comic nerd.
OK, Lee?
Thinking maybe some old Motown or maybe some Tour de France.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. As you know, there'll be 4 things that will appear on that board. You just have to hope there's one of those things that appeals to you. Let's see what today's selection looks like. We have got sleepy films, Portuguese football, the best of 2018, and Berlin. What do we think?
What's your feeling?
Sleepy films are the best of 2018, because who knows what that could be.
Sophie's a captain and she says...
I'm the captain?
You are.
Oh, yeah, didn't you know?
No, I didn't think there was an election, or I wasn't there.
It's not how it works.
Oh, okay.
No, you're very
Okay.
much the captain. We all knew.
Oh, Captain Sophie,
Yeah, sure.
Best of 2018?
Best of 2018, please,
Good.
yeah.
Best of 2018 it is.
Okay, very best of luck. We're looking for any of the following 3 things, please, in different areas, these. We are looking for any Oscar-nominated actors, the 2018 Oscars, the ceremony held in 2019, so that's Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. Any artist who released one of the biggest 40 songs of 2018, please, according to the official charts company. Any artist credited with any of those. Or we're looking for anyone who is nominated for BBC Sports Personality of the Year, including World Sports Personality and Young Sports Personality as well. So Oscar-nominated actors, artists with the biggest songs, or BBC Sports Personality of the Year nominees. Very best of luck.
Thanks, Richard. As always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot of £2,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready? OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, so Benedict Cumberbatch won Best Actor. Olivia Colman won Best Actress.
Right.
Ed Sheeran had a couple songs last year.
Yeah. Well, you're in the lead here because I don't know any of the
Okay,
answers.
you can go then. I can't think of any more actors. I think it's just those 3 then.
Those 3?
Yeah, I don't know who'd be more.
No. Well, I've got nothing to counter that with, so I think we go with what you
Thanks,
said.
Dad. No, we can still talk. But,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of more songs.
oh, go on then.
Bruno Mars. Justin Bieber had one. I don't know.
I think stick with the Oscars and...
Ed Sheeran. I don't think we're going to get pointless.
Well, we only give the answers we've got.
True. Big songs.
10 seconds left.
Christmas #1.
Don't know.
Cool. What's the joke Christmas?
Don't know.
Okay, thank you. That's fine.
OK, that is your time up. I now need to have your 3 answers. What are you going to go for? And if you could say which category you're speaking about.
Oscar-nominated actors will be Olivia Colman
Olivia Colman,
and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch,
And artists with the biggest songs of 2018 will be Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
OK, of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
One of the actors, yeah, I think it
I
was.
think Olivia Colman.
OK, Olivia Colman we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. And then we put Benedict Cumberbatch in the
middle.
middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then. And here they are. Ed Sheeran, Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. If one of these were to win you that jackpot, what would you like to do with all that money? 2,000 quid. Sophie?
I think I give it all to my dad because he deserves it and I owe him a lot of money.
I like that Lee introduced that to you, so you could say, Lee, what are you going to do with it when Sophie gives it to you?
I've got my eye on a new watch, actually, but it's quite a lot of money, so I'm going to put it towards that.
Very nice indeed. Well, good luck, good luck. Your first answer was Ed Sheeran. In this case, we were looking for any artist with the biggest songs of 2018. If Ed Sheeran is pointless, he will win you £2,000. Let's see how many people said Ed Sheeran. Well, it's a correct answer. To win you that jackpot, Ed Sheeran now has to go all the way down to 0, takes us down through the 30 to 33. Okay. OK, not a bad answer, but not pointless, unfortunately. So we turn to your second answer, which was Benedict Cumberbatch. In this case, we were looking for any Oscar-nominated actors. In 2018, Benedict Cumberbatch could win you £2,000, but he'd have to be pointless for that to happen. Let's find out. Benedict Cumberbatch, how many people said it? Nope. I'm afraid an incorrect answer there. So let's move swiftly on to your third and final answer, Olivia Colman. You thought this was probably your best shot at a pointless answer. If Olivia Colman is pointless as an Oscar-nominated actor in 2018, she will win you £2,000. Let's see how many people said Olivia Colman. It's right. Benedict Cumberbatch was an incorrect answer, and the answer before that was Ed Sheeran, which took us down to 33. Well, you've passed 33, 24. 24. Well, you ordered them correctly. But unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. That'll roll over onto the next show. But it's been lovely having you here. Richard?
Yeah, Olivia Colman and Ed Sheeran, but they're both the biggest scorers in their categories, I'm afraid. And Benedict Cumberbatch has only been nominated for an Oscar once for acting. That was 2015. It wasn't this year, I'm afraid. Lots of pointless answers here. Let's take a look, shall we, first at the Oscar-nominated actors. Adam Driver, who was nominated for Black Klansman, who was a pointless answer. Marina de Tavira and Yalitza Aparicio were both nominated for Roma, and Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. Biggest scorers there, Olivia Colman, Lady Gaga, Rami Malek, Bradley Cooper. Let's take a look now at the artists with the biggest hits of the year. 5 Seconds of Summer, Halsey, Portugal the Man, he did Feel It Still. Rudimental was a pointless answer. Hugh Jackman would have been a pointless answer. Jax Jones, Kendrick Lamar, Rams, all sorts of answers there. Ed Sheeran, Drake, Ariana Grande, Sam Smith, George Ezra were the top scorers. And the BBC Sports Personality of the Year nominees. The wonderful Dina Asher Smith was nominated for Sports Personality of the Year, as was James Anderson. The wonderful Ryan Sessegnon, Fulham's own, was nominated for Best Young Sports Personality of the Year. Simone Biles, the US gymnast, for World Sports Personality of the Year as well. Lewis Hamilton, the biggest scorer there. Very well done if you said any of those pointless answers at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Sophie and Lee, I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, we're Peter and Dan, and we're mates from Hull.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Damien from West London, and this is Dimitri from Birmingham.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Nicola. This is my partner Andrew, and we're from Aberdeen.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Rose. This is my brother Bill. I'm from Sale and Bill's from Chorley.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. Lovely to have you with us. A very warm welcome. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. The Bernie Madoff of our very own Pointless Pyramid Scheme. Is my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Afternoon. Afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
High-scoring show last time.
Oh, it was.
It really was. That continued all the way into the final round as well, you'll be delighted to hear. Hundreds all over the place, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Quite something.
Yeah.
Two teams returning for that. Andrew and Nicola, welcome back. Got through to the head-to-head. Peter and Dan, welcome back as well. Dan gave us a lovely answer of of Arthur Ashe for a 2018 tennis Grand Slam semi-finalist, I think. But, listen, it can only go better, right?
That's the plan.
Oh, wow. Imagine if it goes worse. Oh, I'd like to see that.
Thank you very much, Richard. So Sophie and Lee didn't win the jackpot last time, which means we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £3,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. And remember, it's the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of each round. So nice low scores from all of you at all times and in all places. Dan, I'm not looking at anyone apart from you, really, there. But best of luck, all four pairs. Our first category today is Women in History. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns women who changed the world. Richard.
Yeah, in 2018, BBC History magazine had a poll of the 100 women who changed the world. We're going to give you 7 descriptions on each pass of women who are in that list of 100. Just have to tell us who they are, please. You'll also see the initials.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, so let's reveal our first board of 7 clues. All these are women who changed the world. And we have got British Queen of the Iceni, who led a revolt against Roman rule before being defeated by Paulinus. B. US mathematician and computer pioneer. In 2017, Yale University renamed one of its colleges in her honour, GH. English writer whose first published novel was Sense and Sensibility, J.A. Mexican artist portrayed by Salma Hayek in a 2002 film, F.K. French designer, her 1926 little black dress was described by American Vogue as the frock all the world will wear, C.C. Nurse born in Jamaica in 1805, who was voted the greatest black Briton in a 2004 survey, M.S., and Warsaw-born scientist who won 2 Nobel Prizes in the early 20th century, M.C. I'll read those one last time. British Queen of the Iceni, who led a revolt against Roman rule before being defeated by Paulinus. US mathematician and computer pioneer. In 2017, Yale University renamed one of its colleges in her honour. English writer whose first published novel was Sense and Sensibility. Mexican artist portrayed by Salma Hayek in a 2002 film. French designer, her 1926 little black dress was described by American Vogue as the frock all the world will wear. Nurse born in Jamaica in 1805, who was voted the greatest black Briton in a 2004 survey. And Warsaw-born scientist who won 2 Nobel Prizes in the early 20th century. There we are. Dan, welcome back to Pointless. It was a round 2 exit last time. We'll have no repeat of that.
No.
No. Absolutely not. Remind us all about yourself, Dan.
Yes, so I'm a trainee train driver from Hull. In my spare time, I do like to get involved. I like to get involved with things. And at Christmas, for the past few years, I've played Father Christmas in local primary school. So I really enjoy doing that.
That's good. When you are Father Christmas, what voice do you go for? Do you speak in your own voice, or do you adopt a more Christmassy voice?
I try to adopt a more Christmassy voice.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on a minute.
Whoa! Happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that was lovely. Do you have presents in a bag?
Presents in a bag, yeah. Some of the teachers give them to us.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah, the kids
good
love
for
it.
you. They do. And I think you probably love it too.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, really good.
Excellent, Dan. Now then, this board of women who changed the world, how are we feeling about it?
There's a couple I'm confident with. The one I'm going to go for is Boadicea for the top one.
Interesting to hear it, Boadicea. That's what I was taught, Boadicea. Everyone now says Boudica.
Boudica.
I think Boadicea is prettier.
Yeah.
Boadicea. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Boadicea. 65. 65, not bad. Gets us off to a good start.
Yeah, 14th in the public vote. It used to be spelled differently, which is why we used to call it Boadicea.
Yeah, there we go. Damien, welcome. Very good to have you here from West London.
That's right.
What do you do, Damien?
I'm a space planner for a garden centre company.
Oh, if you just said space planner, I'd have thought, oh. Basically going, yeah, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the right.
That was the whole of Britain on Space Planner. They all looked up. Then Garden Centre, they went, oh.
Yeah, garden centre. Actually, no, space planner at a garden centre, because I mean, the garden centre is your oyster there. Not a lot of space to play with.
No, you have to analyse space about how, have roses earned enough to warrant the space they take up. It's
when you say earned, do you mean are they put in an urn enough? Or
exactly that.
Yeah, there we are.
That.
Good, good. OK, now, Damien, what are you going to go for on our board here?
I know a few, but I think I'm going to go for the French designer little back dress and say Coco Chanel.
Coco Chanel, says Damien. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Coco Chanel. Down to 64. It's a lower score than Dan's by a point.
Yeah, she was 45th in that vote.
Thank you very much, Richard. Nicola, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
I work in project management for an oil and gas company in Aberdeen.
OK. Now, the other thing we discovered about you last time was you've appeared at Crufts many times. You've had a best in show, is it, or best in breed? And you've been, I think you've won best handler. Is that right? Is that
So I used to compete in like the young kennel club kind of handling competitions there as well. So won that a few times.
So, at what age did you first start going along?
6. I started as soon as I could. I was in there.
That's
doing
amazing.
it now, so it's really good.
And I imagine there's a lot of etiquette, isn't there?
Yeah,
There's a lot of things you have to observe.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, I've got Irish setters and bless them, they're not always the smartest breed, so you have to kind of encourage them a little bit.
That's good. And the judges at Crufts, are they quite scary?
Yes, they can be very stern.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Of course, very serious.
Yeah.
OK, now, Nicola.
Yes.
What are you going to go for? Whom are you going to go for on this board?
It's not my greatest category, but I'm going to have a guess at the bottom one, MC, and hopefully say Marie Curie.
Marie Curie, says Nicola. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Marie Curie. .46. Very well done. This is all moving in the right direction. 46 for Marie Curie.
Yeah, she was #1 on that list. During the First World War, she offered her Nobel Prize medals to the French government to melt down, and they refused to take them.
Oh, Nobel on both scores.
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
First person ever to win 2 Nobel Prizes.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Rose, welcome to Pointless.
Thanks for having us.
Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Rose.
I'm currently a stay-at-home mum, so taking a little career break to look after my 2 little girls.
What are your girls called?
They're called Bonnie and Blossom.
Bonnie and Blossom. That's nice.
That's nice.
Very
we already
nice.
had Rose, now we got Blossom.
Nice. Were you thinking of that? Was that nice?
The floral theme, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, what are your interests, Rose?
When I do get a bit of free time, I just like to relax. No weird and wacky hobbies for me. Just, you know,
Just
a day at the
relaxation.
spa, lunch with friends. I read a lot. Telly addict.
These are all good. These are brilliant things. How nice. Spa.
Yeah.
And then lunch with friends. It's in the toweling dressing gown, maybe. It's nice.
100%.
Glass of rosé.
Definitely.
Why not?
Yeah.
Kids aren't out of school for a little while.
You got it.
Very good. I'm not endorsing drink, by the way. I'm just getting into the thing. Rose, you're the last person to have this board.
Sure.
Do you want to talk us through the board and fill in any blanks?
Yeah, I'll have a go. So I wish I knew the mathematician one. I definitely don't. English writer Jane Austen. The nurse, I actually don't know. So I'm going to go for the Mexican artist Frida Kahlo, please.
Frida Kahlo, the Mexican artist. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Frida Kahlo. It's right. Well, our lowest score is 46, and you pass it. Look at that. Down to go to 22. Very well done, Rose.
Well played, Rose. Very good answer. You're right about Jane Austen. You were right to avoid her as well. Jane Austen would have scored you 88 points.
Ooh.
MS is
Mary Seacole.
Mary Seacole. And the best answer on the board, US mathematician and computer pioneer. 3 points if you said Grace Hopper.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 22, the best score of the pass. Well done to you, Rose. I'd say Rose and Bill looking very strong on the back of that. Then 46 is where we find Nicola and Andrew. 64, Damien and Dimitri. And then just 1 point above that, Dan and Peter. So, Peter, let's hope you can find a nice low scorer at the end just to finish off the round for us, and that should keep you in the game. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more clues to women who changed the world up on the board, and here they come. We have got politician who became the first female Prime Minister of India in 1966, IG. Scientist whose work contributed to the discovery of the molecular structure of DNA, RF. German pianist born in 1805, whose brother Felix published some of her compositions under his name, FM. French military hero known as the Maid of Orleans, JOA. American aviator who successfully undertook a solo non-stop flight across the Atlantic Ocean in May 1932, E. Seamstress, who refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1996, RP, and hospital reformer. In 1974, International Nurses' Day was first celebrated on the anniversary of her birth, FN. I'll read those all one last time. Politician who became first female Prime Minister of India in 1966. Scientist whose work contributed to the discovery of the molecular structure of DNA. German pianist born in 1805, whose brother Felix published some of her compositions under his name. French military hero known as the Maid of Orleans. American aviator who successfully undertook a solo non-stop flight across the Atlantic Ocean in May 1932. Seamstress who refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1996, and hospital reformer in 1974, International Nurses' Day was first celebrated on the anniversary of her birth. There we are. Bill, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Tell us all about Bill.
So I work for a local council. I'm a tree officer. So I survey the trees in the parks and the public open spaces, and we look after the protected trees. Obviously, with the challenges with climate change, planting trees is one of the best things we can do. So we're trying to retain the ones we've got and plant as many.
Of course, because the thing everyone loves in a built-up area is trees. It's the thing that defines. People always say a nice leafy suburb or something like that, don't they? Yeah. Trees are a good thing. So, Bill, you're on 22, best score of the pass from Rose there. So that set you up nicely. What were you going to go for here?
I think I'm going to go for the Indian politician. And I'd like to say Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi says, Bill, here is your red line. If you can get below this red line with Indira Gandhi, you are already through to the next round. Let's see what happens. Indira Gandhi. There we are, 52. 52, looking pretty strong on that basis. I'd say 74 is your total.
Yes, she had 2 terms as Prime Minister of India, educated at Oxford University, amongst many other places.
Thank you very much. Richard Andrew, welcome back. Tell us all about yourself again.
I'm a police officer from Aberdeen. Recently, we have just completed our first 10-kilometre race. Unfortunately, Nicola pipped me to the post by 2 minutes, though. So she has the bragging rights in the house.
Oh, Andrew. 2 minutes?
Yeah, unfortunately.
At what stage did she pull ahead?
About 5 kilometres, and I had no chance.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. Andrew, you're on 46. Your target at this stage is 27 to get through to the next round.
I'm going to go with the bottom option, Florence Nightingale.
Florence Nightingale says, Andrew, here is your red line. Get below that. Through you go. It's ooh, 78. Popular answer, that one. 124 is your total.
Yeah, May the 12th is International Nurses' Day. She was 9th on the list.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Dimitri, tell us all about yourself.
I'm currently unemployed, having just been made redundant. Previously, I worked in space planning, like Damien does, but working for an entertainment retailer. So instead of moving flowers around, it was moving CDs and LPs, DVDs, that sort of stuff, T-shirts, deciding where to place them, where the best place for them to be seen is, that sort of stuff.
So space planning, is that kind of a retail? I mean,
yes, it's retail.
Is your background in retail
yes,
training?
I've always worked in retail. I worked for 27 years in retail.
I see. So
at various levels.
It's all about how you draw people in, how you...
Yeah.
And I guess that sort of entertainment shop that you were in, entertainment retailer, they're online now, aren't they, I guess?
There is a lot of that, yeah.
So that's a shame. So where have you got your eye on? What area do you want to move into?
I'm not really sure, really. But after 27 years working for the same company, it's...
quite nice to have a change.
New horizons, maybe.
Yeah, OK, that's good. Dimitri, you're on 64. The high score is 124. 59 or less is your target.
I'm going to go for American aviator Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart, there is your red line. Get below that with Amelia Earhart, and you are through to the next round. How many people said it? It's right. You're through. Down it goes to 44. Very well done indeed.
Yeah, it disappeared in 1937. Funnily enough, a few years ago, another Amelia Earhart did the same journey and completed it. Presumably named after her or in honour of her.
Surely. There we are. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Peter, welcome back to Pointless. Now, I know there is an onerous task just ahead of you, just a little bit ahead of you there, but before we embark on that, remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a conference producer. I live in London right now, but I'm originally from Hull.
OK, working in shipping. Shipping conferences. Very good. And what are your interests when the conferences are over?
Into comedy. We do our podcast, and we try to every week, like comedy shows, Liv Armstrong and Miller, for example. Obviously, Ben Miller's the preference.
I might subscribe to this podcast. I like the sound of it.
It's actually very good. I've heard it. I'm a subscriber. So what do you do? Just chat? And the podcast is kind of just
about absolute
topical?
nonsense. Sometimes topical. Sometimes we set each other challenges, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Now, 65 is the score you're on at the moment. 58 is your target. Do you want to talk us through all those unanswered ones?
I would love to, but I don't know any of them. Scientists have no idea, and I don't know what the other for the seamstress, who wouldn't give up her seat. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to hope that Joan of Arc is low enough, which it won't be, but I'll go for Joan of Arc, French military hero.
Joan of Arc. 58. Let's see. How many of our 100 people said Joan of Arc? There's your red line. He's right. Oh, Peter, bad luck. I'm afraid that's 82 for Joan of Arc, taking your total up to 147.
Let's go through the rest of these, shall we? There's quite a few here that would have seen you through. And now RP, she was second on the list of women who changed the world. Rosa Parks, of course. She would have scored you 39 points. Scientist, who she didn't get a Nobel Prize for this, because that's how things worked back in those days. But Rosalind Franklin, fortunately now getting some of the credit that she deserves. 5 points for that. And do you know the FM?
Fanny Mendelssohn.
Fanny Mendelssohn is the right answer. 9 points for that. So the best answer on the board is Rosalind Franklin. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, the pair, we are sending home with our high score of 147. Peter and Dan, one of our returning pairs. I'm sorry to say goodbye to you so early, but it's been great having you on the show. Good luck with the train driving.
Thank you.
Good luck with the conferences. Thanks so much, Peter and Dan. But for the remaining three pairs, it is now time for round two. And there we are, down to three pairs. Very well done, Bill and Rose, our low-scoring pair. And Rose, our lowest individual scorer there. Actually, by some margin, 22 is a great score, so well done to you. Andrew and Nicola, whew, made it through slightly by the skin of your teeth. And Dimitri and Damien, not bad. Best luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two today is chemistry. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chemical elements with an even number of letters in their names as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any chemical element as of the beginning of 2018, please, with an even number of letters in its name. We're taking the official IUPAC periodic table and the spellings on that, please. So just any chemical element with an even number of letters in its name.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Damien.
Just working out even letters in my head. I've got one. I'm going to go with Darmstadtium.
Darmstadtium. That's a lot of counting you had to do on your fingers there.
That was very quick. I think we edited a bit out there. That wasn't. That was in real time.
Darmstadtium. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. Oh, it's looking good. And it's all his answer. Very well done indeed, David. Hats off to you. That's a pointless answer. Adds £250 to today's jackpot. Takes the total up to £3,250. Scores you nothing. Earns you a massive round of applause and our undying respect. Very well done.
That's a sensational answer, isn't it? Firstly, done very quickly. Secondly, it's a really long one. Thirdly, it's got like that sort of slightly silent D in the middle of it as well.
That's where I was falling down.
Oh,
yeah, I was thinking, oh, that's not going to work.
Very impressive answer. Well played.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Andrew, follow that.
Difficult one to go and follow, but we'll go with Europium.
Europium. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Oh, down to one. Very, very strong indeed, Andrew. Well done. One.
Good round so far, yeah, Europium. They actually have it in Euro banknotes as well, because it shines red under UV light, so you can tell if they're a forgery or not.
Oh, how nice, how appropriate. They must have been thrilled with that.
They must have been delighted when they found that out.
Thank you very much. Now then, Bill.
I'll say Nihonium.
Nihonium. Doesn't look like I don't know what he said, does it, at all? Let's see, Nihonium. Oh, it sounds good. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. That's another pointless answer. Very well done indeed, Bill. That adds £250 to today's jackpot, now taking it up to £3,500. Scores you nothing, earns you our undying respect.
Beautifully done. That was one of the new ones that came in, Nihonium.
Oh, Nihonium, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's good. Yeah. I'll tell you what, wouldn't want to be Andrew right about now with his enormous 1 point. Very well played, everybody. Terrific round.
Very strong. Yes, well, let's have a little look at those scores. 2 pointless answers there. Well done, Damien. Well done, Bill. And Andrew, yes, as Richard says, that's a mountain of a score. So, Nicola, good luck atoning for that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? There we are. Now, Rose, remember, we're looking for chemical elements with an even number of letters in their names.
Yeah, this couldn't really be any worse for me because I learned chemical elements, but I'm really bad with numbers, and especially under pressure.
OK.
So,
The spelling is quite hard.
Oh,
it's quite
I'm trying
hard.
to do it on my fingers right now, and then I'm just getting all flustered, and so I don't know whether to take a risk and just go for one and hope that it's even numbers, or just go for like a really short one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm going to go for it. Moscovium.
I was just counting that one through
I've
myself,
no idea.
literally as you did.
Oh, no. Probably. I'm so sorry if it's wrong, Bill.
OK, well, let's see if that's right, Moscovium. There is a red line for you, but it's invisible, except to dogs. On the pointless line there, that is where your line is. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Moscovium. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rose.
It's all right.
Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 100.
Yeah, sorry, it's 9 letters, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Mooscovium would have been a lovely answer, but yeah.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, Nicola.
Oh.
Nicola, you need to score 98 or less.
Well, I've been literally counting my fingers here for the last couple of minutes.
I can tell you, you've got 10 of them. You've got 10, I can see from here.
But I think I'm going to, hopefully it's right, is aluminium.
Aluminium, says Nicola. OK, there is your red line. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said aluminium. Oh, bad luck. Bad luck, Nicola. I'm afraid that's another incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 101.
Yeah, 9 letters again, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much, Richard. OK, now, Dimitri, looking very strong for you. Doesn't matter what you score. You're through to the head-to-head. You are through.
In that case, I can go for it, can't I?
I think you can. Let's have another
and
pointless
make
answer.
sure I'm not 100% of the spelling on this, but I'm going to say Seaborgium.
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 I'm not even going to try counting it up.
I'm hoping it's
I'm going
10.
to put it all in the hands of our column here. Seaborgium. No red line. You're already through. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Seaborgium. It's right. It's another pointless answer. Very, very well done indeed, Dimitri. That adds another £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £3,750. Earns you our undying respect, and a round of applause scores you nothing. Well done.
Absolutely terrific. What an end to the round as well, and lovely for Dimitri as well. All the way through that round, he's thinking, oh, God, Damon's got a pointless answer, hasn't he? I'd love a pointless answer. And he got one right at the end. Terrific work. Well done if you said that at home as well. Should we take a look at some pointless answers? There's loads and loads of them. Seaborgium, there we go. Curium, gadolinium. There's Nihonium, osmium, lutetium. It has had promethium, scandium, tantalum. You could have had protactinium, laurentium, rubidium, tennessine, loads and loads of pointless answers there. Should we take a look at the top 3 answers, the ones that most of our 100 people said? We didn't get anywhere near any of these. Gold would have scored you 38. Iron, 40. And oxygen would have scored 51.
That's where oxygen should be.
At the top, well, helium should be, but...
Well, I know, but we're giving, you know, because we
And
do
gold-
give
in
it
fact,
quite a lot of...
Gold should be.
I suppose it should, but, you know, we could live without helium. We could live without gold, but really...
I wonder if we could. I bet a scientist would go, I don't know, like, imagine if you didn't have helium, they'd tell you what would happen.
It's
But,
true. I've
I'd
just
be all right
opened
without
up.
helium.
I'd be fine.
The only thing that's affected is kids' parties.
And then the adults afterwards go...
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Yeah. A little window into our world there, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it just?
Thank you very much indeed. OK, we are at the end of our second round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, Nicola and Andrew. I'm so sorry. Our other returning pair, it is you to whom we must say goodbye. But it's been lovely having you with us. Thank you so much for playing, Nicola and Andrew. But for the remaining two pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Damien and Dimitri, Bill and Rose. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £3,750. Look at that. Soared up in that last round. So it's team against team, and it's the first pair to win 2 questions that goes through to the final to play for that jackpot.
Been smart so far, isn't it? Double pointless in the last round as well.
I know.
It's going to be a great underdog story if you can pull this one off. Well, we've seen everything, right?
We have. We've had a run, actually, lately of our golden couples not getting through to the final. So who knows what could happen? Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns festivals. Richard.
Yeah, I can show you 5 pictures now of parades or festivals from around the world. We'll give you alternate letters of their names as well. Can you tell us what they are, please?
Thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 parades or festivals, and here they come. A. MRIGA. B. HGAA. C. HL. D. SNKA. And E. OTBRET. There we are, 5 festivals. Damien and Dimitri, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
We're going to go for C, and it's Holy. Holy?
Holy.
Yes, Holy.
Holy or Holly. OK, Bill and Rose, do you want to talk us through the board?
Yeah, we'll have a go. A, Mardi Gras. Hogmanay. E, Oktoberfest. D is a water festival in Thailand that I've been to, but I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, Rose.
So, should we try and fill it in ourselves and take a guess? Because I don't think the others are going to get as low. Sunskrat?
Sunskrat. OK, Sunskrat. Well done. Let's see. I mean, I'd be well done for trying. I don't know if it's right, but well done.
It's definitely
Sunskrat.
not.
The Sunskrat Festival. Been to Sunskrat?
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
I think the Stone Roses are reforming their headline.
OK, Sunskrat. So we have Holly or Holy, and we have Sunskrat. Damien and Dimitri went for Holly for C. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Well done. 10 for Holy. Bill and Rose have gone for the famous Sunskrat. D. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. No! But that was a game attempt. I have to say, hats off to you for trying. That's an incorrect answer, which means Damien and Dimitri, after one question, you're up 1-0.
We do always say in this round, if there's a good answer against you, that's the only way to go. People sometimes sort of chicken out and go for the obvious ones. It's exactly the right way to play it. So you've been there. It is a Thai festival. It's a water... They call it...
Songkrat.
Oh, so close. Songkran. Songkran. It's a pointless answer as well.
Yeah.
They call it the biggest water fight in the world. It's for the traditional Thai New Year, Songkran. Well done if you said that at home or something close to it. Mardi Gras would have scored you only 34 points.
Wow.
Hogmanay, quite a low scorer as well. Perhaps people not quite working out the letters there would have only scored 42, and the biggest scorer was Oktoberfest. which would have scored you 65.
Thank you very much, Richard. So here is your second question. Bill and Rose, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so best of luck. Our second question today is all about flyover countries. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the names of 2 cities here. So if you fly the shortest possible route between these 2 cities, what other country do you fly over?
This is fun.
Yeah, interesting.
This is fun. OK, let's reveal our flyover countries, and here they come, 5 of them. We have got Kingston, Jamaica to Miami, USA. Buenos Aires, Argentina to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Helsinki, Finland to Oslo, Norway. Beijing, China to Moscow, Russia. And London, UK to Madrid, Spain. I'll read those one last time. Kingston, Jamaica to Miami, USA. Buenos Aires, Argentina to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Helsinki, Finland to Oslo, Norway. Beijing, China to Moscow, Russia, and London, UK to Madrid, Spain. There we are. Now, Bill and Rose, you get to go first.
OK, we're going to go for the top one, and we're going to have a bit of a guess at Cuba.
Cuba, say Bill and Rose. Cuba. Damien and Dimitri. Do you want to talk us through that board and do some thinking aloud?
Well, we're confident on 3. Uruguay for the Buenos Aires, Sweden and France.
We're debating whether Beijing to Moscow is Kazakhstan or Mongolia.
I think we're going to go with Uruguay as a more for Buenos Aires, if that's OK.
OK, Uruguay.
Right? Yeah.
So we have Cuba and we have Uruguay. Bill and Rose have gone for Cuba. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Good answer. 22 for Cuba. Absolutely right. And Damien and Dimitri have gone for Uruguay for the flight between Argentina and Brazil. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Uruguay. It's right. And it wins you the point. Very well done indeed. Diana goes for 13. And it means Damien and Dimitri, after only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Well played, gents. It's a really good question, isn't it? It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It makes you think laterally. Let's fit a few of these in. Helsinki to Norway, you're quite right, was Sweden. It would have scored you 45. They do actually have a border, Finland and Norway. But if you drove without going through Sweden, if you drove all the way up and then all the way down, it'd take you 40 hours. So probably best to fly via Sweden, I would say. London to Madrid is, of course, France. That would have scored you 77. And China, you're right with one of your answers.
Kazakhstan.
Mongolia. Mongolia. So you did well to avoid it. Actually scored more points than Uruguay anyway. Would have scored you 18 points.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. Bill and Rose, I'm afraid it is you, but we'll see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much. You played incredibly well today.
Thank you.
Well done. Bill and Rose, thanks so much. But for Damien and Dimitri, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Damien and Dimitri. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,750. Yeah, if I was that jackpot, I'd be feeling a little bit vulnerable round about now. It's been a phenomenal performance right across the show. 2 pointless answers we've had from you, and just a masterful display of general knowledge. I really enjoyed that new question in the head-to-head round.
Flyover country.
Yeah, there are flyover countries. I honestly thought we were going to have to identify countries by some pictures of flyovers, but there we are. No, I think you really made the most of that one, so well done. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
I'd like film. Or sport.
Music would be quite good. Geography, I'm a keen geographer,
yeah.
So...
Nothing nature.
Nothing nature.
Sounds like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. OK, well, as always, you get to choose your category from the 4 we put up on the board. Let's hope there's something here you like the look of. Today's selection reads like this. Brit Award winners in the 2010s, triple achievements in sport, astronauts, and stage musicals based on films.
Well, much as I said film, I don't like musicals, so that rules out film.
As much as I said music, Brit Award wins in the 2010s is tough, isn't it?
Astronauts I know nothing about as well. Sport.
Yeah, let's do it.
OK, the triple achievements it is.
OK, questions on 3 different sports here. Hopefully one of them suits you. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for the name of any horse which has ever won the Triple Crown in either the US or the UK up to 2018. We are looking for any batsman who has ever scored a triple century in a Test innings, any male batsman who's ever scored a triple century in a Test innings up to March 2019. Or we are looking for any player who's ever scored at 3 separate men's World Cups, please. So Triple Crown winning horses, UK and US, any batsman with a triple century in a Test, or any player who scored at 3 separate World Cups, please.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Rule out the horses, yeah?
Yes, we like the horses.
Kumar Sangakkara, I'm pretty sure, for cricket.
OK.
Graham Gooch, Sachin Tendulkar, maybe
Matthew
not.
Hayden.
Did Hayden get one?
I thought Matthew Hayden got
I'm not sure about Mahela Jayawardene. Brian Lara's too obvious.
Yeah, Gooch scored, yeah.
Gooch and Lara are too obvious, but I think Sangakkara.
I'm thinking... Why don't we go with Sangakkara's one for sure? I feel quite confident.
What about World
Any
Cup?
other Sri Lankan batsmen?
I don't know about Mahela Jayawardene.
I think if we don't have another one, I think it's worth going for Jayawardene.
What about World Cup?
World Cup, I mean, what, Thomas Muller?
Miroslav Klose.
Too obvious, I think. Thomas Muller would have scored in 3 World Cups. What about other countries that have played in 3 World Cups?
Old players. Would someone like Eusebio have done? Let's guess in that.
I think it's too obvious. Lothar Matthäus?
10 seconds left.
Played in 5, he scored in 19.
Hanif Mohammed, cricketer. Pakistan cricketer, scored triple century, I'm sure.
Well, why don't we go for... Definitely. Why don't we go for 3?
What, Matthew Hayden?
There's your time up.
OK, all 3 we're going for batsmen with
all 3 batsmen
triple century Test innings.
OK.
We're going to go for Matthew Hayden. For Australia, if it matters. Kumar Sangakkara from Sri Lanka.
Sangakkara.
And I think Hanif Mohammed scored one for Pakistan many years ago.
Hanif Mohammed.
He might have been the first one to do it, if my brain's right.
Those 3, I think your brain probably is right.
I'm not so sure.
Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I think Hanif Mohammed.
Mohammed will put last. Hanif Mohammed last. OK, least likely?
I'm not sure about Matthew Hayden, to be honest.
I'm not sure about Sangakkara. I think one of those did it, but I don't know if both of them did it, so I would think Sangakkara maybe.
OK, put Sangakkara first, and Hayden goes in the middle.
Yeah.
OK, but let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Kumar Sangakkara, Matthew Hayden, and Hanif Mohammed. Well, very, very best of luck. If you were to win that jackpot, £3,750, what would you like to do with it, Damien?
I think I'd get some driving lessons. I'm probably one of the few people of my age who can't yet drive. So I think I'd get some driving lessons and then treat my partner and to a holiday.
Lovely. Dimitri, how about you?
Well, I like cycling in my spare time, and there's an old equation that every cyclist needs whatever amount of bikes he's got plus 1. So a new bike might be nice, if I can get it past my wife, failing that holiday.
Very good. Well, best of luck to both of you. 3 good answers here. Let's take your first one, Kumar Sangakkara. In the case of all 3, we were looking for batsmen with triple century Test innings. You have gone for Kumar Sangakkara as the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. But let's put it to the test. See how many of our 100 people said Kumar Sangakkara. This for £3,750. Well, it's absolutely right.
Getting it right.
Kumar Sangakkara now taking us down through the 20s into the teens. We are into single figures, still going down, still going down. You've done it! Very well done indeed. Fantastic. Well, what about that? Congratulations. Kumar Sangakkara was a pointless answer, which means you go home with that jackpot of £3,750. Brilliant work, guys.
Was it ever in doubt with these 2? Amazing performance all the way through, gents. Very well played. Yeah, that was a pointless answer. Matthew Hayden was a correct answer. Would have scored you 1 point. Hanif Mohammed was a correct answer. Would also have scored you 1 point.
Well done.
Nice. Jayawardene would have been a pointless answer if you said Jayawardene, so well done if you did at home. Listen, we'll start with the horses, and then we'll get on to the cricket and the football. Here are some Triple Crown winning horses. Affirmed, Barham, Diamond Jubilee, Justify It, Every Triple Crown winner was pointless, apart from Count Fleet Nijinsky, Seattle Sleuth, Sir Barton, American Pharaoh, Gallant Fox, and Secretariat. Every other Triple Crown winner was a pointless answer, so well done if you said one. Now, those cricketers, let's take a little look. Brendan McCullum was a pointless answer. Hashim Amla, there's Sangakkara. Michael Clark as well. You also could have had Inzamam ul Haq would have been a pointless answer. Mark Taylor. Jaya Surya was a pointless answer. Virender Sehwag, who's done it twice, he was a pointless answer as well. Well done if you said any of them. And the footballers, loads and loads of names here, very famous names as well. Luis Suarez is pointless. Closer was pointless. You said him. You said he'd be too obvious. Roberto Baggio, Michel Platini. You could have Arjen Robben, Clint Dempsey, formerly of Fulham. David Villa, Cavani, Hierro. Batistuta was a pointless answer. Henrik Larsson, Javier Hernandez. Joe Jordan was a pointless answer for any Scots who said him. Lothar Matthäus, who you also mentioned, I think he was a pointless answer. Rao, Robin van Persie, Rudy Voller, Tim Cahill, Uwe Saylor. Loads and loads of pointless answers there. Very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thanks very much, Richard, and thanks once again to our winning players, Damien and Dimitri, who take away today's jackpot of £3,750. Brilliant. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where we are always striving to find the most obscure answers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, my name's Elaine. This is my daughter Amber. I'm from Aberdeen and Amber's from Stirling.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Bill from Chorley, and this is my sister Rose from Sale.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Lara. This is Dan, and we're a couple from County Durham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is James. We met at university. He lives in London and I live in Cardiff.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a real man of letters. Sadly, most of them are letters of complaint. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody. Afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Only one returning pair, and that's Bill and Rose. Lovely to have you back. Got through to the head-to-head last time. Made a good account of them. So you did get beat 2-0, but it was kind of an unlucky 2-0, I thought. And that was against Damien and Dimitri.
They were unstoppable.
They were clever, weren't they?
They were good.
It's fair to say. And in the jackpot round, it was £3,750. 1 point, 1 point, pointless answer. Yeah. Normally, Rose, people hide their disappointment a little bit better. Normally they go, oh, lovely Damien. You're the one who's met them as well. You still go, oh, no, not Damien and Dimitri. Yeah, they won it.
They won it well, though. They
really did win it well.
Oh, they did.
The worst thing is if they got lucky. They really didn't get lucky. They were terrific. Welcome, though, to our three new pairs. Should be fun.
It's very nice, isn't it? They seem nice.
They do seem nice.
Yeah. So today's jackpot starts off at £1,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember, the pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated. You know that, but just keep it at the back of your minds. Keep your scores nice and low, and you'll be absolutely fine. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is words. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words ending RGE as they could. RGE, Richard.
Yeah, looking for any word in the British and World English section of oxforddictionaries.com, please, that ends RGE. As always, no hyphenated words, no proper nouns. So any word with its own entry in there, that oxforddictionaries.com. And I'll see if I can predict the word that you're coming up with. It's not immediately easy, this one, is it?
No.
I wouldn't want to be on podium one.
No. Not
so. We'll talk for a little bit. Would you want to be on podium one?
No.
Not. It's really hard.
It's really hard.
OK, let's go on with the round and I'll think about what you're going to say.
Elaine, welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
From Aberdeen.
Yes.
Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a catering manager at an airport.
Oh, now that's fun. On the air side?
I'm on the land side, so...
Oh, that's less fun. That's less fun.
But I do go back and forth, so...
Oh, that's fun. Less fun. Less fun on the land side. Do you know, going on the airport... I've occasionally filmed on the air side of an airport. It's just lovely.
Amazing.
Even just going through customs, even if you know you're just working and you're not actually going to go off on holiday, it's just...
There is nothing better in the world than going through a door that other people aren't allowed to go through.
Oh.
That's my opinion. Oh,
yeah.
What a dream.
What a dream. So, yeah, very good indeed. Now, Elaine, words ending RGE.
I'm just going to go for it. I think...
You're going to go
Yes, I'm going to say forge.
Forge.
Yes.
OK, let's see. How many of our 100 people said forge? $29. There we are, 29 for forge.
Yeah, to make or shape something, or to counterfeit something, or the building in which something is made or shaped. Forge, forge, forge.
Forge.
Yeah.
Forge, that's a word we can now use. Let's forge on.
Oh,
with
that's
the show.
good.
Phew. I was longing to use it earlier, couldn't.
Oh,
embargoed.
I've wanted to say forge ever since the show began.
I know. Now we can. Now then, Rose, welcome back to Pointless. Remind us all about yourself.
Thank you. I am currently taking a break from a career and I'm at home with my 2 little girls as a stay-at-home mum.
What was the career?
Previously, I was long-haul cabin crew. So it wasn't really particularly compatible with family life.
No, it's not going to work. And I guess probably won't again for a little bit.
I did nearly 10 years and I did a lot of mainly flying to Asia.
Rose, what are you going to go for? RGE?
Nothing particularly long or imaginative has come to mind, so I'm going to have to go for engorge.
Engorge.
Yeah.
Engorge, says Rose. Let's see how many of our 100 people said engorge. It's good. 29 is the only score we've got so far, and you passed that down to 9. Not bad at all. Engorge, 9.
It's a very good answer, well played. Yeah, to engorge a forge is to make a forge bigger.
Essentially just a fillet. To fillet. Isn't it? Isn't that what it is?
No, to engorge is to swell.
I suppose it is, yeah.
Yes. Well, you don't suppose it is, it is.
It is. Well, I guess it is. All right. OK, Lara, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm an archivist and records manager in a law firm.
Now that's fun. Now that is fun. So you basically file away every single thing that happens and also have to know where other previous people have filed them away.
Yeah, so I'm a keeper of lost things, I'm a queen of the strong room, and I'm a deeds detective when things go missing.
Queen of the strong room? That's the best of all of those roles, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my favourite.
Queen of the strong room. What a strong room that must be. What happens in the strong room?
It's where all the wills, deeds and documents for the clients are kept, behind a big
Is it a very,
metal
very heavy metal door?
door. A very heavy metal door that sometimes in the summer I can't open, so I have to get someone to come and help me open it.
It's heavier in the summer?
Yeah, because of the heat makes it
Because it engorges?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Do you see? Now, you see, he does learn. He does actually learn.
Because it fills up with heat.
It swells, doesn't it?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Laura, give us a word that ends RGE.
Similar theme, I'm going to go for enlarge.
Enlarge. Enlarge, says Lara. OK, let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said enlarge. It's right. 29's the highest score, 9 is the low, 21 is where you end up with enlarge.
Yeah, that's what I say in closed shops. Have you got that in large?
Like that would fit.
Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Nick, welcome to Pointless. Tell us about yourself.
Hi there. Well, I'm Nick. I'm from Cardiff. I have a data gathery job for a bank in the day, but then at the weekend, I play music, the best music I can find for an audience, like yourself.
That's nice. What is a DJ?
Yeah.
What's the number one floor filler?
Number one floor filler where we are, it's still Blue Monday by New Order. Still.
Wow.
It works every time.
Excellent. So, Nick, words ending RGE.
Oh, I was really happy with Engorge, as I had that one as well. And then it went. Bit of a loose end here. Let's go with barge.
Barge.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens when we say barge. $67, Nick.
Had to do.
67.
Yeah, barge. It could knock someone out of the way, or another name for a narrowboat. You can, of course, enlarge a barge as well.
You can.
Not only can you engorge a Ford, you can enlarge a barge. Happy with that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Thanks very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 9. What about that, Rose? Well done, you. Brilliant. Fantastic. Our only single-figure score. Brilliant. Up to 21, where we find Dan and Lara. 29, where we find Elaine and Amber. And then all the way up to 67, I'm sorry to say, Nick and James. And James...
Good luck, bro.
We need a bit of James magic here, I think, in the next pass. Nice low score. Ideally in the minuses. To bring you back into line with everyone else. But let's see how that goes. Best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, James, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm an actor. I'm currently appearing in a show in town. It's like an immersive show. So the audience come all dressed up and the story kind of unfolds around them.
That is amazing. In an actual theatre or in a specially built
No, so it used to
venue?
be once upon a time a carpet warehouse. And
Wow.
the show is The Great Gatsby. So we've done it up to look like Gatsby's mansion. And so that's the...
Oh, that's
kind of
great. And you
gimmick
go
of the
from room to room.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
the story actually unfolds in correct narrative order.
Yes, and you might find yourself taking on a role in that story. You might find yourself getting taken off by a character for like a one-to-one scene. There's a lot of really cool kind of
That's
secret
amazing.
stuff that happens in it, yeah.
So if you really love improv, this is just a dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, the absolute dream come true scenario would be for Nick to have got a pointless answer on the first one, but no, that's by the by. You know, it's fine.
Cheers, mate.
OK, well, James, what are you going to come up with? Words ending RGE.
I'm going to go for Scourge.
Nice.
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 Oh, you like that, don't you? Yeah.
That's... First time in a few shows we've heard that noise.
There we go.
Scourge. OK, well done, James. There's no red line for you, as you are the high scorers. But let's see how far down the column we go with Scourge. 7. Look at that. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 74. You might have done enough to keep yourselves in the game there, James. That's brilliant.
Well played, James. Yeah, a personal thing that causes great trouble or suffering. Scourge.
OK, thank you. Now then, Dan, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm a control system engineer. I design control systems for chemical plants to make sure they don't blow up.
Oh, phew. Thank goodness you're here. I mean, thank goodness you... What I mean, who's designing them now while you're here?
Yeah, probably no one, actually.
So, when you're not doing that, Dan, what do you like to get up to?
I like following motorsport. I've also got a classic Mini as well, which I like to eventually try and fix up and get back on the road.
How many months are you away from that?
Years.
OK, it's years.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
Now, Dan, you're on 21. If you can score 52 or less, you're into the next round. What have
Hopefully.
you got?
I'm going to go with Discharge.
Discharge. There is your red line. Let's see if Discharge gets you below it, Dan. Good luck. Down against a 3. Very well done indeed. Now I see what you are making the noise for. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Takes your total up to 24.
Yeah, it's like when you get a bill at a restaurant and you think, what's discharge for? You can't work out. It's like... Because someone had dough balls, usually.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Bill, welcome back. Remind us about yourself.
So I'm a massive Preston North End fan. I've got my own fan site online, sharing memorable matches, memorable goals, podcasts, that kind of thing.
That's pretty impressive there, Bill. Is it just you on your own?
I've got friends who helped me out, yeah, but it was me who originally set it up, yeah. It's a bit of a team now.
Very good, that's great. Now, Bill, there you are on 9. You have to score 64 or less to stay with us.
OK. I'll say converge.
Converge. OK, there's your red line. If you can get below that red line with converge, you're onto a winner, Bill. Let's see how many of our 100 people said converge. Down it goes to 4. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 13.
Yes, to converge.
There we go.
Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. Now, Amber, welcome to Pointless.
Hi.
Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a criminology and sociology student at the University of Stirling.
Very good. Which do you prefer, the sociology or the criminology?
Criminology,
Of course,
100%,
the criminology.
yeah.
How soon can you ditch the sociology and just
After
plough
I
into the-
graduate.
After you graduate?
Yeah,
OK.
double honours.
OK. You're also interested in tarot?
Yes, I do tarot readings and I'm learning to read palms and tea leaves.
Now, do you see a link between that and your criminology? I'm not sure if I'm going to be comforted by your answer.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, there's always an
Okay.
option.
Do you think there is an element of the in your criminology?
There could be and there should be.
OK, now, Amber, here we go. Moment of truth. 44 is your target. What do we got?
I don't even know if this is a word or not, but I figured I may as well go for it. I'm going to go surcharge.
That's a word?
I don't know, I hope.
Surcharge? Absolutely. You didn't get... Sorry, let's just test it. Surcharge. There we go. Yeah, good. There's your red line. Get below that red line and you are through to round 2. Let's see how many of our 100 people said surcharge. Well done. You've done it. Ah, down it goes to 3. Very well done indeed. Very well done. 32 is your total.
Yeah, an additional demand for payment of goods, a surcharge. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Very impressive.
So, yeah,
Yes.
I haven't come up with a ting, but
Right.
I've got, I mean, the one I've got surge, as in S-E-R-G-E. That's a material.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
surge.
That's interesting. 10 points for that.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
Don't tell me disgorge was...
Shall I tell you what I went for?
Go on.
See, it turns out I used to be able to read your mind.
I know.
You know what? It was before the show. I had a lovely cup of tea. I was looking into the leaves.
Yeah.
And that name, it just came to my mind.
Surcharge.
Surcharge.
Look at that. It was in the air, wasn't it,
Yeah, it
around
was in
here?
the ether.
In the ether. Yeah, I was a bit rusty.
I'll tell you a couple of nice one-pointers. Overlarge would have scored you 1 point. You'd have got 1 point for concierge as well. A bit of nice one,
That's
isn't it?
very good.
Yeah, it's a very good one. But let's take a look at the pointless answers now. Countercharge, essentially the price of a stamp. Disgorge.
There you are.
That's what tourist guides say in Cheddar. Dramaturge. Overcharge, redischarge, blimey. Re-emerge.
Emerge, like
yeah.
that. Weird.
Remerge, to merge once again. Supercharge and turbocharge. Very well done if you said any of those. Take a look at the top 3.
Yeah.
These are the ones that most of our 100 people said. Purge would have scored you 40. Barge. I'm surprised no one said barge. Oh, hold on. Sorry. 67 for barge, and the top. Large, 73. Do you remember that large barge purge they had on the Kent and Avon Canal?
Yeah.
It's getting so crowded, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's only the large ones. It's only the people who had engorged their barge, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's only the barge and gorges. The barge and larges and the barge and gorges
They
were
were for
absolutely
it.
caught up in the large barge purge. That surcharge put paid to a lot of them, didn't it?
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we're at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and I'm so sorry, James and Nick, it is you to whom we must say goodbye. You'll be back next time, and you'll storm it, I'm quite sure. It's been lovely having you here for this show. Look forward to seeing you next time. James and Nick. Cheers. Right, for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. Well, various plaudits to throw out at you. Dan and Amber are joint lowest individual scorers, so very well done to you. 3 is what you scored. And Bill and Rose are lowest team there. So very, very good. It's all just lots to be proud of there. Well done. On to round two. The category for round two this afternoon being leisure activities. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns board games by definition. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you the definitions of a word or phrase that's also the name of a board game. Can you tell us what those board games are, please? 6 on each board.
This is one of the best.
Fun, right?
I like this.
Yeah.
Like this a lot. OK, let's reveal our first board of 6 definitions of board games, and here they come. We have got Shakespeare character known as the Moor of Venice. O, historic fortified city and capital of the Aude département in southern France. C, an act of surgery performed on a patient. O, pronounce something clearly and distinctly. A, dull bluish shade of grey used for warships. B, and the Latin word meaning I play. L. I'll read those again. Shakespeare character known as the Moor of Venice, historic fortified city and capital of the Aude département in southern France, an act of surgery performed on a patient, pronounce something clearly and distinctly, a dull bluish shade of grey used for warships, and the Latin word meaning I play. There we are. Elaine.
Okay. I will go for the Latin word meaning I play, Ludo.
Ludo, says Elaine. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Ludo. That's right. Down it goes to 49. Not bad at all, Elaine. Not bad at all.
Very well played, Elaine, especially as I, in my head, was thinking Lego. So I absolutely convinced myself it was Ludo. I used to play Ludo with my granddad, who invented his own rules. He always won, strangely. Funny, isn't it?
Clever.
Clever man.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, Rose.
OK, well, I hate board games. It's not what I would have picked for a category. But I'm going to go for the pronounce something clearly and distinctly and hope that it's articulate.
Articulate, says Rose. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is articulate. 49's our only score so far, and you pass it. Down it goes to 29.
I love Articulate. Do you play Articulate with your kids?
Yeah.
There's a kids' version of it as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
It's a good game.
Oh, that's that raises the old heartbeat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Blimey, we've had a few Articulate rounds in my family.
Oh, well, you're all very articulate.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that would be...
Yeah, I like... yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Like. Isn't it? Dan, you're the last person to have this board. Do you want to take us through it?
I think I know some of them. I think a dual bluish shade of grey, I think it's battleships. I think the surgery's operation. I'm not entirely sure on the French one, but I think I'm going to gamble and say the top one's Othello.
And that's the one you're going to go for?
Yes, please.
Othello. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Othello. It is Othello. Ooh, 70. 70 for Othello.
Yeah, there is a bigger answer up there, actually, which is Operation. That would have scored you 88 points. Battleship is right. I thought it was called Battleships. Apparently it's called Battleship. Would have scored you 68. And this last one, this is one that lots of people who are really into board games play.
I know, because I've been there, that it is Carcassonne.
Carcassonne.
From that, I've never heard of a game called.
Look it up. If you're a big board game fan, you'll love it. If not, I was about to say another board game there.
Oh,
which will definitely come up on the next board, because I can think of a definition for it as well. So
yeah. Well, thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 29, the best score of the pass, Rose. Well done. 49, where we find Elaine and Amber. Not bad at all. 70. Yep, Lara and Dan a little bit ahead there. So, yes, Lara, let's have a low score from you, please, in the next pass. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, 6 more clues to 6 more board games up on the board. Here they come. Currents of uncomfortably cool air in rooms or other confined spaces. D, 2015 UK #1 single by Justin Bieber. S, in 1972, Nancy Wilkinson was the first winner of this BBC quiz programme. M. Outbreak of infectious disease that occurs over a whole country or even worldwide. P. 1965 UK #1 single by the Beatles, TTR. And a situation involving exposure to danger, R. Let me read those again. Currents of uncomfortably cool air in rooms or other confined spaces. 2015 UK #1 single by Justin Bieber. In 1972, Nancy Wilkinson was the first winner of this BBC quiz programme. Outbreak of infectious disease that occurs over a whole country or even worldwide. 1965 UK #1 single by the Beatles. And a situation involving exposure to danger. There we are. Lara. We need a low score, remember.
I'm going to go with the outbreak of infectious disease and say plague.
Plague. Plague, says Lara. No red line for you as you're already the highest scorers, but let's see how many of our 100 people said plague if it's right. Bad luck, Lara. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 170.
Yeah, it's unlucky. It's not the answer we're looking for.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Bill. Good news, you're through.
OK, I think it's pandemic, the outbreak.
You're going to go for that one. Pandemic. Let's see if that's right. There's no red line because you're already through. How many people said pandemic? It is pandemic. Down it goes to 49, takes your total up to 78.
Yeah, very well played, Pandemic. That's a board game from 2007. We couldn't accept Plague, I'm afraid, Lara. Sorry about that, because a plague, it doesn't mean the same as pandemic, which is across a whole country or across the whole world.
Very good. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Amber. Again,
Yes.
you're already through.
Good. Do you know, it's hard to pick which one I think is going to be the lowest.
Do you want to talk us through the board and give us all the answers
I'll
you can?
try. I think the top one's drafts. I think the Justin Bieber one might be sorry, but I don't know. Then Mastermind, I think. I don't know the Beatles one, and I think the bottom one is Risk. But since we're already through, I might try sorry and see if it's right.
OK, very good. You're going to go for sorry. Again, no red line because you're already through. How many people said sorry? Is it right? It is right. Very well done, Amber. And it's a low score, 27. Lowest score of the round, in fact, taking your total up to 76.
In fact, it's the lowest scorer on that whole board, Amber, so well played. And well played at home as well, if you said sorry. I've not played sorry.
No.
The currents, were you quite right, was drafts. But scored 68. It is Mastermind. I love Mastermind, the one with the little pegs,
Yes.
coloured pegs and things. Oh, I like that. Oh. That would have scored you 83. The 1965 UK #1 single.
Do you know, I can only work it out from the single. It's not a game I know.
It's another good game, actually.
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride, yeah. Another one of those ones that real board game fans love. Ticket to Ride, 41 for that. And the situation involving exposure to danger, you're quite right, Amber, again, was Risk. And that would have scored 68.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of our second round, the pair we have to say goodbye to, I'm so sorry, Dan and Lara, it is you with your high score of 170. It's been lovely having you here. We will see you again next time. Look forward to that very much. Meantime, thanks so much for playing. Dan and Lara. But for the remaining two pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Bill and Rose, Amber and Elaine. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. Well, you know the deal. Here you are, team against team. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns famous hills. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures of famous hills now. Can you name these hills?
We'll just have to work out. Is it going to be a topographical issue or a surname issue?
You will find out, I imagine, on picture number 1.
I bet we will. Unless they're standing right next to a massive hill.
Oh, yes, quite right. Well, let's see, shall we?
Anyway, let's see. OK, let's reveal both the hills and what the question's about. Here they come. We have A.
There you go.
There you go. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 famous hills. Bill and Rose, you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
Okay, so we're going to go for E, and it's Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. Say Bill and Rose. Faith Hill. Amber and Elaine, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Okay, A is Damon Hill, B, Harry Hill, C, Jimmy Hill, and we'll go for D, Lauren Hill.
Lauren Hill. Say Amber and Elaine. So we have Faith Hill and Lauren Hill. Bill and Rose went for Faith Hill. Let's see if that's right for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It is Faith Hill. That's a good answer. Down it goes to 8. Very well done indeed. 8 for Faith Hill. Amber and Elaine, meanwhile, have gone for Lauren Hill for D. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Lauren Hill. Lauren Hill is absolutely right. It's got to beat 8, though. 29 for Lauren Hill. Still a good answer. And that means after one question, Bill and Rose, you are up 1-0.
Yeah, they were the best 2 answers up there as well. Nothing else either team could have done there. Did the best that you possibly could. Both Faith Hill, of course, the American country singer, Lauren Hill. The Miseducation of Lauren Hill is one of the best albums of the last 25 years. That's just my opinion. That's no offence to any Faith Hill fans, but I think it is. Talking of amazing albums, Jimmy Hill, he would have scored you 49. B is Harry Hill, not his real name. Matthew Hall, I think, his real name, isn't it? Harry Hill is stage name. He scored you 71. And you're quite right, it is Damon Hill. And Damon Hill would have scored you 36. He does good grade, doesn't he, Damon Hill?
He does.
Really
yeah.
suits him.
Yeah,
and the
really,
beard and
really,
everything.
And the beard. Yeah, it's a great look. I wonder what that little lapel badge is he's got there. What is that? It's kind of
bet it's something to do
club.
with cars.
I should think it probably is.
Knowing Damon Hill.
Knowing him.
Yeah, you know what he's like. He loves cars, doesn't he?
He does like a car.
Really does.
OK, here comes your second question. Now, Amber and Elaine, you get to answer it first, but you have to win this one to stay in the game, so best of luck. Our second question today is all about Budapest. Richard.
5 clues now to things about the city of Budapest.
Thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 things, and here they come. We have got the singer-songwriter who had a 2014 UK #3 with Budapest. The monument in the middle of Heroes Square that was erected to commemorate the 1,000-year-old history of the Magyars. The river which splits the 2 main parts of the city. EU country of which it is the capital. And the British swimmer who won 2 breaststroke gold medals at the 2017 FINA World Championships in Budapest. Let me read those again. The singer-songwriter who had a 2014 UK #3 with Budapest. The monument in the middle of Heroes Square that was erected to commemorate the 1,000-year-old history of the Magyars. The river which splits the 2 main parts of the city. EU country of which it is the capital. And the British swimmer who won 2 breaststroke gold medals at the 2017 FINA World Championships in Budapest. Amber and Elaine will go first.
We only know one, so we're going to go for the singer-songwriter who is George Ezra.
George Ezra. OK, you're going to say George Ezra. Now, Bill and Rose, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Not really. The monument, I don't know.
Don't know the monument, no. I think the river's the Danube, Budapest, Hungary.
So should we go for the Danube?
I think so.
Danube.
You're going to go for the Danube. So we have George Ezra and we have the Danube. Amber and Elaine have gone for George Ezra, the singer who had the #3 hit. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for George Ezra. It's right. Not bad, 32. 32 for George Ezra. Now then, Bill and Rose, meanwhile, have gone for the Danube, the River Danube, which splits the city. Let's see how many people said that. That's right. Now, where's this one going to finish? Oh, look at that! 30 for the Danube. Very well done indeed, Bill and Rose. That means that after only 2 questions, you have won this round 2-0.
That was very impressive. Nicely played. Let's fill in these gaps. The best answer on the board is the monument. If you've been there, you might know it. It's the Millennium Monument. Millennium Monument. Would have scored you 2. You're quite right, Bill. It is the capital of Hungary. Would have scored you 65. Now, this last answer, this is, as a very young child, this gentleman was terrified of water. So he wouldn't even get in the bath without screaming. So his mum took him to the swimming baths to try and get him over his fear. And he's one of the greatest swimmers this country has ever produced. Adam Peaty. And he would have scored you 4 points.
We'll all remember that now. Adam Peaty. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. I'm afraid, Amber and Elaine, it is you. You played perfectly well, and you were so close on that last one there. Oh, I could have gone either way. But we'll see you again next time, which is great news for us. And I'm sure we'll do just as well then, maybe even one step further. Who knows? But meantime, thanks very much for playing, Amber and Elaine. But for Bill and Rose, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Bill and Rose. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. Well, there it is. Well done. You've weathered all kinds of rounds. We went through some quite fun ones. The board games round, that was good. The famous hills, who could forget that? It's been great. Absolutely fantastic. And here you are at the end. What would you like to see come up in this last round?
Well, we're both quite into 90s pop culture. So 90s music would be brilliant, or film, TV.
OK.
For me, Sex and the City.
OK.
Simpsons,
90s football, maybe some Simpsons.
OK, any of these things could come up. You have no idea. You will never discover until we reveal our 4 options on the board. Let's hope one of those things might be found in one of these 4 headlines. We have got European battles, fashion, boxing, non-Harry Potter films by Harry Potter stars.
I could do fashion, I think. But if you feel like boxing or European battles are your bag.
I could probably come up with some obscure boxers, but you sound quite confident on fashion, so...
Pressure. Yeah, I feel quite confident.
That sounds good, yeah?
Are you sure? All right, fashion.
OK,
yes,
fashion
please.
It is.
Excellent. Very best of luck to you both. 3 very different questions here on fashion. Looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for the name of any editor-in-chief of British Vogue, all the way through from 1916 to March 2019, please. We are looking for any fashion designer who has had a named exhibition at the V&A since 2000, any of the temporary exhibitions they have with a fashion designer's name in the title. Or we're looking for any nominee for the British Fashion Awards Model of the Year since 2013. That's up to the 2018 ceremony. So any editors of British Vogue, any fashion designer who's had a temporary exhibition at the V&A since 2000, or any Model of the Year nominee since 2013. Good luck.
Thanks very much. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Focus on whichever ones you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, I'm going to go with the models, because I don't know any editors of British Vogue.
OK, yeah.
Right, so not going to go with Kate Moss and Naomi Campbell because they're too popular. So we're going to go with Lily Cole, Agnes Dean, or Jordan Dunn. Let's go back to the 90s. Any British British models in the 90s? Jodie Kidd.
Nominee since 2013.
Since 2013.
Yeah. I've heard of Lily Cole. I've not heard of the other 2.
Right, OK, Jordan Dunn. Right, fashion designers then. I need to think of some more.
10 seconds left.
Fashion designers. OK.
That, I'm afraid, is your time up.
OK.
OK.
Yeah.
Jordan Dunn.
All right, Jordan Dunn.
In which category?
For the British fashion models.
Nominees.
Nominees, sorry,
OK,
since 2013. Fashion designers, I'm going to go for Versace.
Versace.
Gianni Versace. And I'm going to go for Henry Holland.
And Henry Holland, a fashion designer. OK.
Yeah.
So we've got Jordan Dunn, Versace,
Point, this one.
and Henry Holland. Of those three, which is your best shot? at a
Jordan
pointless
Dunn.
answer? OK, Jordan Dunn
Yeah.
we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Probably Henry Holland.
Henry Holland, then Versace goes in the middle.
Uh-huh.
OK, well, let's pop those up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Henry Holland, Gianni Versace, and Jordan Dunn. Well, very, very best of luck. If you were to win that jackpot, £1,000, nice thing to have in your back pocket as you leave the studio. What would you like to do with it, Bill?
I think if I win the money, I'll get myself a new shed for the garden.
That's such a good
That's
answer.
my plan.
Great way to spend the fashion jackpot. Rose, how about you?
Well, I've just moved house last week, so I will purchase something shiny and new for the home.
Maybe a shed.
No, definitely not.
OK, your first answer was Henry Holland. That was the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. Let's find out if it is a correct answer. Only one of these has to be correct for you to win that jackpot of £1,000. We're looking for fashion designers with named exhibitions at the V&A. You've gone for Henry Holland as your first answer. If it's right and pointless, you leave here with £1,000. Oh, no. Not a correct answer. So let's not dwell on it. Let's move straight on to Gianni Versace. Again, we're looking for fashion designers with named exhibitions at the V&A since 2000. If Gianni Versace is pointless, he will win you £1,000. How many people said Gianni Versace? That's right. Henry Holland was an incorrect answer. Gianni Versace now taking us down through the 20s, into the 10s, into single figures, still going down to 1. Oh, wow! That's a great answer.
Did not expect that.
OK, very, very close. Good answer, but not a pointless answer. So we move on to your third and final, and indeed your most confident answer, Jordan Dunn. In this case, we were looking for British Fashion Awards Model of the Year nominees since 2013. Jordan Dunn, if she is pointless, will win you £1,000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jordan Dunn. He's right. Your first answer, Henry Holland, was incorrect. Your second answer, Gianni Versace, took us down to 1. Jordan Dunn now taking us through the single figures down. We're still going down. Fantastic. Well done, you. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Oh. Very, very well done indeed. Congratulations, Jordan Dunn was a pointless answer, which means you go home with that jackpot of £1,000. Brilliant, brilliant.
That was absolutely beautifully done. You've been terrific for 2 shows as well. And that's such a perfect brother-sister combination there. The younger sister who knows everything, and the older brother just at one point just goes, yes, since 2013. And so between the two of you, it worked perfectly. What a team. Well done. Let's take a look, shall we, at the answers for British Vogue editors. Audrey Withers, Beatrix Miller, the very first editor-in-chief of British Vogue, Elspeth Champcommunal, Liz Tilburis, everyone apart from Anna Wintour, Alexander Schulman and Edward Enenful. Everyone else was a pointless answer there. Now, those designers. You could have had Barbara Nessim, you could have Cristobal Balenciaga, Ozzie Clark, Yoji Yamamoto, everyone there apart from Vivienne Westwood, Christian Dior, Alexander McQueen, Mary Quant, and Gianni Versace. And some of those models, Adwoa Aboa, Georgia May Jagger, there's Jordan Dunn, Winnie Harlow as well. Very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. And thanks once again to our winning players, Bill and Rose, who take away today's jackpot of £1,000. Very well done. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the more obscure your knowledge, the better your chances of winning. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm James, and this is Nick. We are friends from university. I live in London, and he lives in Cardiff.
And couple number two.
My name's Gail, and this is my friend Phil, and we're from the Wirral.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Lara. This is my partner Dan, and we're from County Durham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Amber. This is my mum, Elaine. I'm from Stirling, and she's from Aberdeenshire.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to the show. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, here to strike down any disputer with his laptop computer. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
3 returning pairs coming back from the last show. Amber and Elaine there on podium 4 got all the way through to the head-to-head. Going to be the team to beat today. Nick and James, they got knocked out very early.
Yes, they did.
Indeed, didn't they?
Yeah.
They got the look of people who don't want to be knocked out first twice, though.
I think so.
I think they've gone home. They've had a long, hard look in the mirror. I think they're back today meaning business.
Yeah.
That's what I suspect.
I think so.
Lovely Bill and Rose yesterday had a great jackpot round on fashion and took home the jackpot, which is lovely. 2 jackpots in a row we're giving away.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is nice, isn't it?
They spent most of that minute they had with Rose having misunderstood a bit of the question. She got the date.
Yes, so she knew absolutely everything about fashion, but then her older brother just said, oh, you know this is after 2013, don't you? And saved the day. But she was doing a lot of the heavy lifting there.
She was. She certainly was. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, so Bill and Rose won the jackpot last time, which means today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, just remember this. The pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated, so just make sure you keep your scores as low as you possibly can. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category today is geographical surnames. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns people who share their surnames with Scottish towns and cities. There we are. Richard.
More good news for podium 4. Yes, on each board, we're going to show you 7 first names and descriptions of people whose surnames are shared with Scottish towns or cities. Can you name the most obscure of those, please? 7 on the first board, 7 in the second, 14 in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking for the missing surnames of these people. And here is our first board of 7. Kofi Blank, Secretary-General of the United Nations from 1997 to 2006. Dan Blank, International Rugby Union fly-half, who won BBC Wales Sports Personality of the Year in 2015. Hazel Blank, TV presenter, who won the Royal Television Society's Sports Presenter of the Year award in 2007. Penelope Blank, star of the TV sitcoms The Good Life and To the Manor Born. Andy Blank, former Radio 1 disc jockey and Top of the Pops presenter. Alexander Blank, Scottish sailor, who was reputedly the inspiration for Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. And Bob Blank, manager of Liverpool FC from 1974 to 1983. There we are. I will read those one last time. Kofi Blank, Dan Blank, Hazel Blank, Penelope Blank, Andy Blank, Alexander Blank, and Bob Blank.
What a lovely family they are,
aren't they? Oh. Nick, welcome back. Remind us about yourself.
So I've got an office job for a bank, and I share that with DJing on the weekends.
I know the answer to this. If you had to jack one job in and keep the other one on,
obviously the banking is my dream job.
Yes.
No. No, it's the music at the weekend.
It's the music. And what is your particular job in the bank? What's your role?
Well, helping with data gathering for PPI claims. They're still going on. People are still owed money.
There's a lot of data there. Now, Nick. This is fun, isn't it?
Oh, no, this is terrible.
How many of the 7 there, how many are immediately apparent?
No, I'm having a horrible mind blank today. Sorry, James.
By the way, those dashes stand for missing letters.
Oh, let's go for the first one. Kofi Annan.
Annan?
Yeah.
Says Nick. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Annan. It's right. 71. Could be worse. Could be worse. You've taken probably the only one everyone knew off the board.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you are. Tactically, not a bad move.
I imagine on the last podium they probably know most of them.
I imagine they will know.
Yeah, there was a statue of Robert the Bruce was put up in Annan in 2010 after a 130-year wait. The plinth had been there for 130 years. Might have been the same people who did my conservatory.
Ah, yeah. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Gail, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Gail.
I'm a community nurse, and although I live on the Wirral, I actually work in Shropshire, so I commute rather a long way.
How far
which
is
very
that?
Stupid. Oh, about an hour and 3/4.
Every day?
Yep.
You got a good radio station to listen to there?
CDs.
Or you could learn a language. You could learn a new language every year.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
But not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. OK. Well, it's a long working day and very difficult.
It is, yeah.
You don't have to be tussling with verbs along with everything else. That would be a nightmare. Now then, Gail, how are you liking our...
I'm not very sporty, so that's not a great board for me, I have to say. It's a bit sport-heavy. So I know the one I'm going to go for, and that's Penelope. And it's Penelope Keith.
Penelope Keith, says Gail. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Keith. It's right. 79. 79 for Penelope Keith.
Yep, North East Scotland, Keith. And the leading scorer for the Keith football team, the surname is Keith as well. Cammy Keith.
Cammy's a good first name.
It's a really good
first name. Is that short for Cameron, is it, maybe? I don't know.
I would have thought so.
I've got to imagine.
Probably not Camshaft.
No.
Camshaft Keith is, the guy who used to go down my local pub. You could buy anything off Camshaft Keith.
I bet you could. There we are. Lara, welcome back to Pointless. Remind us all about yourself, Lara.
So I'm Lara and I'm an archivist and records manager for a law firm.
Where's the law firm based?
Darlington, in the northeast of England.
In Darlington. Very good. And what do you like doing otherwise? What are your other interests?
So I like reading books and I do a lot of work for my blog and for a charity that I'm associated with.
And is the blog about any specific thing, or is it?
Yeah, so it's about me and my journey with having irritable bowel syndrome.
Right, you are. OK, now, what would you like to go for on this board? What are the surnames of these famous people? They're all Scottish towns and cities.
I think I know the one I'm going to go for, and my cousins will kill me if this is wrong, but I'm going to go for the rugby union fly half and say Dan Biggar.
Dan Biggar. Dan Biggar, says Lara. That sounds good. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dan Biggar. It is right. 79 is the high score, 71 is the low. You passed both of those comfortably. Down it goes to 11. Very well done indeed, Lara. Brilliant. 11.
Well played, Lara. Biggar is in South Lanarkshire. Sounds much better in a Scottish accent as well, though, Biggar, than I'm saying it. Yeah. And he does a sort of elaborate little routine before he kicks, and they call it the Biggarena, like the Macarena.
Very good. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Amber, welcome back. Head-to-head as last time. Remind us all about yourself.
I am a criminology and sociology student at the University of Stirling.
How much longer have you got to go?
2 years, so I'm halfway through.
2 years. And then will you stay a bit further in education, or do you go straight out to the...
I would like to go into criminal profiling if I can, but it's a big field, so we'll see where it takes me. But I would like to do more academic work as well, so another degree, hopefully.
Excellent. Would you stay in Stirling for that, or do you think you'd go further afield?
I would like to go to Edinburgh, I think.
Edinburgh. There we are. So, Amber, what are you going to go for? You're the last person to have this board. If you want to, you can fill in all of the blanks.
As a Scot, this is massively embarrassing because I was going to go for Biggar, and that's the only one on the board that I actually knew. So I'm just going to have to take a wild guess. Bob Glasgow?
For the bottom one, Bob Glasgow. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people went with Bob Glasgow. No bad luck, Amber. I'm afraid not Bob Glasgow. That scores you 100 points.
No, not Bob Glasgow. Do you know that one?
Paisley.
Bob Paisley, yeah. Bob Paisley would have scored 47 points. Well done if you said that. Do you know the Robinson Crusoe one?
No.
Alexander Selkirk. Selkirk. That would have scored you 9. Let's do Hazel first. She's been on the show, so absolutely lovely. One of our greatest TV presenters.
Irvine.
Hazel Irvine, 27. And I first thought, and I was wrong,
Peters.
Kershaw.
Oh, Kershaw. I was thinking Peters.
But it wasn't. Even before that, do you remember Andy Peebles?
Andy Peebles,
Andy
of course,
Peebles.
of course.
That would have scored you 7 points. Well done if you said any of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed. Richard, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a quick look at our scores. 11 was the best score of the pass. Very well done indeed, Lara. That was a fantastic answer. Then we travelled quite a long way up, I don't mind saying, to 71. Nick and James. Nice not being the high scorers, you see. That's good. Then up to 79, where we find Gail and Phil. And then up to 100, where we find Amber and Elaine. You're not way ahead there, but a nice low score from you, Elaine, could sort things out nicely. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more first names and descriptions of famous people up on the board. Remember, they are all Scottish towns and cities, and here they are. Angelo Blank, US boxing manager, trainer of Muhammad Ali. James Blank, British architect, commemorated in the name of an annual prize awarded by the Royal Institute of British Architects. Lewis Blank, winner of multiple Formula One World Championships. Stephen Blank, scriptwriter and executive producer of Doctor Who and Sherlock. Harry Blank, Scottish music hall entertainer, famous for songs such as I Love a Lassie and Roman in the Gloamin'. Prue Blank, culinary expert who became a judge on the Great British Bake Off in 2017. And Justin Blank, former Tottenham Hotspur footballer who became manager of Leyton Orient in 2017. I'll read those names again. Angelo Blank, James Blank, Lewis Blank, Stephen Blank, Harry Blank, Prue Blank, and Justin Blank. There we are. Elaine, welcome back.
Hi.
Remind us all about yourself.
I am a catering manager at Aberdeen Airport.
What is the outlet? Is it a restaurant? Is it?
It's a coffee shop.
A coffee shop.
Yeah.
Very good. Coffee shops sort of become breakfast restaurants as well.
Yeah,
slightly,
we do food as well, so.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's good. It's nice.
That's very good. How long have you been there?
Only since September. Before that, I was in an oil firm doing the catering there. So.
Right. OK, so a bit of a change of scene. 100 points is your score at the moment. So you're the high scorers. We need a low score from you. What are you going to go for on this board?
I'm going to go for Stephen Moffat.
Stephen Moffat, the scriptwriter and executive producer of Doctor Who and Sherlock. No red line is you're the high scorers. Let's see how far down the column we get with Moffat. It's right. I think this is going to be a good score. Down it goes. Well done. Down it goes to 17. Exactly what we needed from you. Well done, Elaine. Very much back in the game after that. Fantastic.
Giving yourself every chance there, Elaine. Well played. Yes, in southern Scotland, Moffat.
Thank you very much, Richard. Dan, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
I am Dan and I'm a control system engineer and I'm a big Speedway fan.
Just remind, for those of us who don't know what Speedway is precisely.
It's 500cc motorbikes going around this shale oval circuit with no brakes, pretty much.
That's quite fun. That's fun to watch. Have you ever done any Speedway?
I've had a go, yeah. Not very good, though. Crashed a lot.
Yeah. So what do you do? You have to skid to stop yourself?
Power slide around the corner,
That's all. It's all power sliding. And then when you've done your final lap, you just keep on going until the bike stops, I guess.
Yeah, quite dangerous.
OK, Dan, there you are. You're on 11. That means you can't lose. Doesn't matter what you score. You won't overtake the high score. That takes a bit of pressure off. But let's see if you can do as well as Lara did in the first pass.
OK, well, I was going to play safe, but seeing as though we're OK, I'll go with Justin Edinburgh, I think.
Justin Edinburgh?
Yeah, I think so.
Justin Edinburgh, no red line. You're already through. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Justin Edinburgh. 16, very well done indeed. Lovely score there. Takes your total up to 27.
Very nicely done. A blast from the past for football fans as well, but also he's proved to be a terrific manager as well at Orient.
Thank you very much, Richard. And so we come to you, Phil. Tell us all about yourself, Phil.
I live on the Wirral, originally from Sheffield in Yorkshire. I work, most of my career I've spent in financial services, in risk management, and I've recently moved into a state agency.
Very good. OK, are you feeling good about this round? Is it?
I was feeling better when Justin Edinburgh was still available, so I quite fancied that one, but I think I've got an answer. We'll just see if it's good enough.
OK, Phil, there you are. You're on 79. You need to score 37 or less. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go with the top one, the boxing manager, Angelo Dundee.
Angelo Dundee. OK, here is your red line. If you get below that, you're through to round 2. How many people said Dundee? Very well done. Oh, look at that, 32, just in there. 111 is your total. Well done.
Yeah, legendary trainer, also worked with Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar de la Hoya, all sorts of people.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And now, James, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, James.
So I'm an actor, and I am currently working in a show, an immersive show in town. So the audience kind of arrive dressed all in the finery of the 1920s, and then the story sort of unfolds around them.
See, I think this is such an exciting thing, immersive, because now we've got immersive cinema happening as well, haven't we? But immersive theatre, there have been a couple of brilliant companies doing it. And you play, you're obviously a named character.
Yes.
And you are one scene.
Yes, so there are
sort of
several rooms in the building, and there are different scenes happening concurrently in each room. So you can come on a different night and theoretically see a completely different kind of thread of the story.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. It was always the same story, obviously.
Yes, but just told from different perspectives.
I see. So the audience, depending on where you're allotted, you just turn up in that room.
Exactly.
And you're in that room for how long does your scene go on for?
So you move around. So you could be, you could spend the whole night in the main room if you wanted to, or you could be taken off to 5 or 6 other rooms over the course of the evening. And every actor has their own through line through the show. So audiences could follow that one actor if they wanted. And
so you will then nip to another scene when you've done your bit. In that room, you move out there. And it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
Very good. OK, there you are. You're on 71. You have to score 45 or less, James. There's your board. Talk us through it.
I've taken a bit of a kick in here. Just steadily watching every answer I plan to give get eaten up. Unfortunately, unless it's Mary Lloyd, my musical knowledge is fairly non-existent. I have a dangerous guess on the British architect.
You could just say it for fun.
That would be James Aberdeen, would be my dangerous guess on that. But it might not work. Lewis Hamilton being the winner of the multiple Formula One World Championships. I've got to go for it, haven't I?
You kind of do.
I'm going to go for my dangerous guess of James Aberdeen.
James Aberdeen. James Aberdeen, you're going to say. OK, here's your red line. Can you get below that with James Aberdeen? Let's find out. Is it right? Bad luck, James. I'm sorry. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 171.
See, it's worth a go. And we heard on podium 4 that Elaine is based near Aberdeen and Amber is based near Stirling. And you chose the wrong one, I'm afraid. No. It's James Stirling is the answer. And would have scored you 5 points. Best answer up on the board there. James Stirling, the Stirling Prize for Architecture. Lewis Hamilton, you're quite right. Look at the score on this.
Yeah,
98.
That's fine.
That is a lot. Harry Lauder. Yep, would have scored you 30. And Prue Leith would have scored you 70 points.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and I'm so sorry, James and Nick, it is you.
Again.
Again, round one. I'm so sorry. Oh, you might have gone for Stirling.
I might have. Unfortunately, I didn't.
I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to play.
No
James,
worries.
Nick, great to have you here. Thanks. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. And so we're down to 3 pairs. Very well done, all of you, for making it through that last round. Particular congratulations to Lara for being our lowest individual scorer. In fact, Dan and Lara as our lowest team. So well done, but well done, everybody. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is Shakespeare. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Shakespeare plays with 11 or more letters in the title as they could. Richard.
Yeah, any play by Shakespeare, that's all of those listed on the RSC website, please, that has 11 or more letters in its title. Where there are Roman numerals, each Roman numeral counts as 1 letter. So if you were to have Richard III, you'd have 7 in Richard, and the 3rd would count as 3. So that would be 10. So
good.
So that's a bad answer.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. There we are. Phil, are you happy to go straight in, or we can chat? We can chat if you like.
I think I've got the answer I'm going to give, Sander.
What's it going to be?
I'm going to go with Much Ado About Nothing.
Much Ado About Nothing, says Phil. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Very well done indeed. 21. 21.
19 letters there, leaving nothing to chance. We should have called Pointless Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh, we should have. That would be just brilliant.
Perfect.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been able to make the gag, though. Saying, pointless, yeah.
I love that joke, though.
I like that joke.
It's a bit of a pointless apple you just bought.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
It is. Lara, what would you like to go for?
I'd like to go for Troilus and Cressida.
Troilus and Cressida. There you are. Oh, and on it goes. On and on it goes, like a swarm of bees. Troilus and Cressida. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. 21's our only score so far, and you wing past it. Down to 5. Very well done indeed, Troilus and Cressida.
Yeah, 18 letters long. It's about a horse called Troilus and a zebra called Cressida, if I remember rightly. Really lovely, lovely play. Really charming. I think I'm thinking of the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Troilus and Cressida.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Elaine. So any Shakespeare play with 11 or more letters in its title?
OK. I'm going to go for The Merry Wives of Windsor.
The Merry Wives of Windsor, says Elaine. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. 21's the high score, 5 is the low. Well, you passed the high score. Oh, look, you've joined Lara and Dan on 5. Very good indeed.
Supposedly Queen Elizabeth asked for that to be written, but we don't know that for sure.
She's a fan of Falstaff. Wanted a bit more Falstaff, I think.
I wonder if our lovely Queen, if she could ask for a follow-up to something, what she would ask for. Maybe another Dan Brown. I bet, you know, knowing the Queen, as you do, I bet she'd ask for another series of Armstrong and Miller.
I don't think she would.
Really?
I don't think she would.
I think
I'm not
she'd
sure
like a bit of that.
to her liking.
You're not thinking?
I wouldn't have thought.
I think it's to everyone's liking.
Well, you're very kind.
Well, only because he's so talented.
He's good. OK, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 5 and 5, our lowest scores there. So, yeah, Elaine and Amber and Dan and Lara, very well done. Phil and Gail, a little bit ahead there. So, Gail, you know what you have to do. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so, Amber, remember we're looking for the name of any Shakespearean play that has at least 11 letters in its title. What would you like to go for?
I'm torn between 2, and I'm trying to think which one's going to be the lowest. I'm going to go for The Merchant of Venice.
The Merchant of Venice, says Amber. You want to score 15 or less with this if you can. Here's your red line. Let's see how many of our 100 people said The Merchant of Venice. There we go, 28 for The Merchant of Venice, taking your total up to 33.
Yeah, 19 letters there. You liked a long title, Shakespeare, didn't
I
he?
loved it, yeah. A lot of ink. A lot of ink to get through.
Wonder what that was. These
lot
days
of
we
ink.
wouldn't do it. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Surplus of ink.
He was sponsored.
Yeah, sponsored. Dan. So basically, we're looking at any Shakespeare play with 11 or more characters in its title, let's say. There you are, you're on 5. You have to score 27 or less.
This is a struggle. Apart from the most obvious answer, I don't really know, but I'll go 12th Night.
12th Night, says Dan. OK, here is your red line. If you can get below that red line with 12th Night, you are through to the next round. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. There you are, you're through. Look at that, 18 for 12th Night, taking your total up to 23.
Nicely done. Good to see someone flirting with the character count there as well, going in at 12. That's the one I did at O-level, so that's the one I would say I'm one of the world's leading experts in.
Yeah, Duke Orsino.
I was Duke Orsino in the play at Warden Park Comprehensive School, if anyone came to that. Would have been 87.
86.
86, perhaps?
Yeah, you must take the same year as me.
No, something like that. Were you in it?
86. No, I never was. Wasn't in it, but studied it.
Very good Malvolio.
Do you think I'd have loved Malvolio? I'd have liked that. Yeah.
Anyway, that's the only one I know any of the characters in, so happy to talk about it for a long time.
Very good.
12 letters in its title. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
That didn't come up on our O-level. I wish it had.
No. Or What You Will.
Yes.
That was its subtitle.
It was. Brackets or what you will.
Literally just chucking out information there. Look at that. It's all we know. Gail. Now then, you have to score 11 or less. Gail, have you got a brilliant answer?
I've got a play that I did in school that's not a very popular one, so I'm going to go for Measure for Measure.
Measure for measure.
Oh, yeah.
Measure for measure. Here is your red line. Measure for measure sounds like the kind of thing that might get below that sort of a red line. Let's find out, Gail. Good luck. Measure for measure. You've done it! Look at that, down to 5. Very well done indeed. 26. 26 for measure. That's great.
That was very nicely done, wasn't it? That's well played. I'll take you through the single figure score answer. Oh, go on.
Henry VI, Part 3.
Henry VI, Part 3
Yeah.
is a pointless answer. Or, as I say these days, Henry VI, Part 3, that's Much Ado About Nothing. Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
Only one other pointless answer, actually, apart from that, which is the Two Noble Kinsmen. Which has been, it wasn't in the first folio, was it? But I think it's been added since. Timon of Athens would have scored you 1, as would Comedy of Errors, Henry VI Part 2, Henry VI Part 1 as well. Henry IV Part 1 would have scored you 3, and 4 for Two Gentlemen of Verona, The Winter's Tale, and Titus Andronicus.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we find ourselves at the end of our second round. We have to say goodbye to a pair. I can't bear it. Elaine and Amber, you were in the head-to-head last time. This time we have to say goodbye to you at the end of round 2. It's not right. It's not right, but it's been lovely having you on. Thank you both so much for coming to play and playing so well. Thanks so much, Amber and Elaine. Right, for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Ooh, Dan and Lara, Gail and Phil, congratulations. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. Well, here we are, team against team. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot.
It's been a fun one today,
It has been a fun one.
And a bit of Shakespeare as well, which makes everybody look good. We all look clever, don't we?
Yeah.
So don't let us down now.
Oh, very good. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns birds preening.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures now of birds preening themselves. We'll also give you alternate letters of their names. Can you identify these birds?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a look at our 5 preening birds, and here they come. We have A, P-R-G-I-E-F-L-O. B, R-N-N-C-E-P-R-K-E. C, C-L-A-E-A-A-A-I. D, E-R-P-A-R-L-E. And E, K-N-F-S-E. There we are. There are the 5 preening birds. Dan and Lara, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
We're going to go for A and Peregrine Falcon.
Peregrine Falcon, say Dan and Lara. Now, Gail and Phil, do you fancy talking us through the rest of the board?
With great difficulty. There's only one other obvious one in there. I know B is, it's something parakeet, the B, but outside of that, I don't know. And C and D don't have a clue, so I think we're both thinking E. It's going to have to be E.
I think we're going to have to go with the...
which is Kingfisher.
OK, you're going to go Kingfisher. So we have Peregrine Falcon versus Kingfisher. Lara and Dan went for Peregrine Falcon for A. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. 54. 54 for the Peregrine Falcon. Gail and Phil, meanwhile, have gone for Kingfisher for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Oh, it's a high score. Very well done. Lara and Dan, after one question, you're up 1-0.
Let's fill in the rest of these, shall we? You're right, it is a parakeet, but...
Has to be ring-necked.
Ring-necked parakeet, yeah. Would have been a good score as well. Would have scored you 14 points. Well done if you said that at home, filled in those gaps. Much harder to fill in the gaps on C, I'm afraid. You either have to...
Collared.
Yes, correct.
Amanajai.
Say again?
Amanajai.
So collared is right.
Collared.
You are so close in the second one.
Amanabai. Amalalai. Amanakai.
Arakari, you are nowhere near.
All right.
So pointless answer, though, if you got that at home. Well done.
Wow.
And we can work out the first word of this one.
The first one, I think, is European.
European. Makes him sound like a kind of maybe a rap star or something. It's a European roller.
Oh, it's a nice European roller. Good.
I would have scored you 2 points. Well done if you said that.
Wow.
You heard of that, a European roller?
Never.
Never.
Never, not even on Bird Bingo.
No, exactly.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. So here comes your second question. Gail and Phil, you have to win this one to stay in the game. But you get to answer it first, so things are slightly stacked in your favour. Our second question is all about shapes. Richard.
5 clues now to things that contain a shape somewhere in the name.
There we are. This is fun. Let's reveal our 5 things with shapes in their names, and here they are. The 60th anniversary of a sovereign's accession to the throne, building in Virginia that serves as the headquarters of the US Department of Defense, the debut novel by Khaled Hosseini, published in 2003, the fenced arena in which Ultimate Fighting Championship events are fought, and the area of the Atlantic Ocean where a large number of ships and aircraft are said to have mysteriously disappeared. I will read those one last time. The 60th anniversary of a sovereign's accession to the throne, building in Virginia that serves as the headquarters of the US Department of Defense, the debut novel by Khaled Hosseini, published in 2003, the fenced arena in which Ultimate Fighting Championship events are fought, and the area of the Atlantic Ocean where a large number of ships and aircraft are said to have mysteriously disappeared. Gail and Phil, you go first.
Do you want to do the second or the fourth?
I think the fourth might give us a better chance.
Okay, do you want to say it? No, I don't know what it is.
I think that the fenced arena in which Ultimate Fighting Championship events are fought is an octagon.
OK, that's what you're going to go for?
Yeah.
Octagon, say Gail and Phil for the fenced arena. Now then, Laura and Dan, do you want to talk us through the rest of the board?
The fenced arena, I think, is an octagon as well.
I know that the debut novel is The Kite Runner, and the area of the Atlantic Ocean is the Bermuda Triangle. The building in Virginia, I think, is the Pentagon.
Pentagon, I think, yeah.
60th anniversary.
Don't know.
Diamond, maybe? What do you want to go for?
Do you want to go for the novel?
The novel?
Yeah, go for the
Can we go for the debut novel and say Kite Runner?
The Kite Runner. So we have the octagon and we have the Kite Runner. Gail and Phil said the octagon. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said octagon. It's right. It's a good answer, Gail and Phil. Well done. Down to go to 11. That's a great answer. Good score. Meanwhile, Dan and Lara have gone for the Kite Runner for the debut novel by Khaled Hosseini. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Kite Runner. It is the Kite Runner. Oh, look at that! Down it goes to 10! Wow, talk about close contest. Fantastic. Well done, both pairs, but particularly well done, Dan and Lara, because that means after only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Beautifully played, everyone. Those are the best 2 answers on the board. Couldn't have done any better than that. Very well played, all of you. We'll fit in the rest of these. I think you know them all. The 60th anniversary is...
Diamond Jubilee.
Diamond Jubilee. Would have scored you 51 points. The building in Virginia...
Pentagon.
Is the Pentagon. And the Atlantic Ocean. Look at the score for this, for the Bermuda Triangle. 94 points. How about that? But Kite Runner, best answer on the board. Well done if you said that at home.
Thanks very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Gail and Phil. But there's a silver lining to this. It means we get
yes.
to see you again for another show, so that's great. You'll be back next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. I fully expect you to do just as well, if not maybe better. But thanks so much. Meanwhile, Gail and Phil.
Well done, you two. That's brilliant. Well done.
But for Dan and Lara, it is now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Dan and Lara. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. But very well done indeed. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
I'd like sport or movies and TV, maybe.
Yeah,
You
movies
probably
and
Shakespeare, maybe.
Yeah, Shakespeare again would be really
Yeah,
good.
a bit more of that.
A bit more
yeah.
Shakespeare.
Why not? OK, well, as you know, you get to choose your category from the 4 we put up on the board. Just have to hope there's something on there that you like the look of. Today's selection reads like this. We have got directors and their Oscar-nominated stars, dinosaurs, the year 1979, and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. What do we think?
If we do dinosaurs, it's anything but a T-Rex, to be honest.
It's got to be the top one, isn't it? Out of all
Yeah,
them.
let's just go for it. Let's just go
we'll
for
go
it,
for
yeah.
the top one, please.
OK, directors and their Oscar-nominated stars.
OK, what we're looking for is any actor nominated in the Oscars up to the 2019 ceremony who were nominated for acting in a film by either Woody Allen, Mike Nichols, or Martin Scorsese. So up to the 2019 ceremony, any actor who was Oscar nominated for a role in a film directed by one of those 3. Best of luck.
And is that's in the leading actor and actress, supporting actor and actress?
It is indeed.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Remember, you don't have to answer all 3 categories. Focus on whichever category you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
So for Martin Scorsese, would The Revenant be included? So you could have Tom Hardy as supporting actor and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, they're 2 pretty big ones, aren't they?
Well, Tom Hardy maybe, no?
What those Scorsese films has he done?
I'm trying to think of Oscar-nominated ones, though.
Just trying to think of...
Woody Allen, it's stuff like...
films
is it Blue Valentine that he did? But I can't remember the lady's name with the blonde hair.
Don't know what ones are. I've never heard of Mike Nichols, though. Scorsese, you got Revenant.
Yeah,
Tom Hardy.
So Tom Hardy, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Who else in that film? Isn't the guy out of...
Martin Scorsese's had other stuff.
And what else he done? We need to come quick.
Complete mind blank.
Who's guessing?
Kate Blanchett for being in the Woody Allen film.
We're going to go Kate Blanchett.
10 seconds left.
Kate Blanchett, Woody Allen, Tom Hardy for Martin Scorsese. And
Yeah.
Who else in that film?
Just say Leonardo DiCaprio. It's going to be a massive score.
Yeah, we struggled.
Okay.
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. And if you could say which category, that'd be great.
So for the Martin Scorsese films, we'll say Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
And Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And then for the Woody Allen films, we'll say Kate Blanchett.
And Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Now, of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
If Kate Blanchett is right, I'd probably say that's the best.
Yeah, maybe Kate Blanchett.
OK, Kate Blanchett we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio, then Tom Hardy goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, and Kate Blanchett. There we are. Very, very best of luck. Now, if you were to win that jackpot with one of these 3 answers, what would you like to spend it on? Dan?
I'd like to spend it on fixing my Mini up.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah, it's about time.
It's about time. How long has that been sitting in the garage?
8 years.
Yeah, I think it's about time. I think it's fair to say. Lara, what about you?
Well, we recently got engaged, so I'd probably put it towards the wedding.
Wonderful and huge congratulations, by the way. Fabulous. OK, your first answer is Leonardo DiCaprio. In this case, we were looking for actors nominated for roles in films directed by Martin Scorsese. If Leonardo DiCaprio is pointless, you leave here with £1,000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Leonardo DiCaprio. It's right. It just has to be pointless now for you to take that £1,000 jackpot. Down we go with Leonardo DiCaprio into single figures to 9. Not bad. Not bad. You knew that wasn't going to be pointless, though. You knew that wasn't going to be pointless because he was just holding a place for Tom Hardy, another actor from a Martin Scorsese film nominated for an Oscar. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Tom Hardy for £1,000. Is it pointless? Ooh. OK, let's move swiftly on. Let's not dwell on that. Your third and final answer was Cate Blanchett, in which case we were looking for Woody Allen films for which actors had been Oscar nominated. If Cate Blanchett is pointless, you leave here with £1,000. How many people said Cate Blanchett? It's right. Well, your first answer, Leonardo DiCaprio, took us all the way down to 9. Tom Hardy was incorrect, but Cate Blanchett now takes us down, passing 9 down through the single figures to 1. Oh! That's a great answer and a fabulous low score, but unfortunately you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but it's been fabulous having you here. And don't forget, you both take home a pointless trophy as well, so that's marvellous.
Yeah,
Richard.
very well played. Unlucky ending. That was for Blue Jasmine, as you suggested, 1 point for that. Let's take a look at some Woody Allen answers. Someone else who's in Blue Jasmine is a pointless answer, and that's the British actress Sally Hawkins. Diane Weiss is a pointless answer. Samantha Morton and Sean Penn both nominated for Sweet and the Lowdown. You could have had Chaz Palminteri, Geraldine Page, Jennifer Tilly, Judy Davis, Meryl Hemingway, Maureen Stapleton or Mira Sorvino. Those were the pointless answers there. Now on to Mike Nichols. Cher, who was nominated for Silkwood. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton both nominated for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Catherine Ross there for The Graduate. You also could have had Anne Bancroft, Anne Margaret, Clive Owen, George Segal, Joan Cusack, Kathy Bates, Melanie Griffith, Natalie Portman, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Sandy Dennis and Sigourney Weaver. So Mike Nichols has done all right for himself. Scorsese now. Tom Hardy was nominated for an Oscar for The Revenant, but it's not a Martin Scorsese film, I'm afraid. But these were pointless answers. Alan Alda for The Aviator. Jonah Hill for Wolf of Wall Street, Paul Newman for Colour of Money, Winona Ryder for Age of Innocence, also Kathy Moriarty, Diane Ladd, Ellen Burstyn, Juliette Lewis, Lorraine Barreto, Mark Wahlberg, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio and Sharon Stone. Those are the pointless answers. Well done if you said any of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard, and thanks so much, Dan and Laura. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,000. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
Dan, it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless the Quiz, where the aim of the game is to find the most obscure answer possible. Let's meet today's players. And couple number 1.
Hi, I'm Sophie, this is my mum Helen, and we are from Leatherhead in Surrey.
Couple number 2.
Hi, I'm Faye, this is my dad Graham, and we're from Northamptonshire.
Couple number 3.
Hi, I'm Saeed, this is my friend Daniel, and we're from London.
And finally, couple number 4.
Hi, this is Ben, I'm Chris, and we're friends from Bristol.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He came, he saw, he napped, he snacked, he went through costume and makeup, but now, if he can be bothered, he'll conquer. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon
Good
to
afternoon.
you. 2 returning pairs, Helen and Sophie are back on podium 1 as well, knocked out in round 1 last time as well. It's not going to happen today, I suspect. And podium 4, Chris and Ben, welcome back, got knocked out in round 2 as well. Welcome to our newcomers as well. It's a fun first round, a very sort of British second round as well.
What does that mean, I wonder? Very exciting, Rich. Looking forward to that. Now, Nick and Lisa didn't win the jackpot last time. It means we're going to add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot, wait for this, starts off at £3,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember, you know all this, but it's the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated. Just keep that at the back of your minds. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category today is the language of cinema. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns Best Picture Oscar winners by definition. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you 7 definitions, and they will all lead you to the name of a Best Picture winner at the Oscars. We'll give you the initial of that film as well and the year in which it won. 7 on the first board, 7 on the second board, 14 in all to have a go at home. Good luck.
OK, so you've got to guess the name of these Best Picture Oscar winners from the clues on the board. Here's our first board of 7 clues. And we've got the largest city of Morocco. It is a seaport on the Atlantic coast. C, 1944. Difficult and full of problems. R, 1977. A small settlement, generally smaller than a village and without a church. H, 1949. Still the subject of anger or resentment following an offence or mistake. U, 1993. Collide violently with an obstacle or another vehicle. C, 2006. The ship from Greek mythology on which Jason sailed to fetch the Golden Fleece, A, 2013, and modified forelimbs that bear large feathers and are used for flying, W, 1929. I'm going to read those clues again. The largest city of Morocco, it's a seaport on the Atlantic coast, difficult and full of problems, a small settlement, generally smaller than a village and without a church, still the subject of anger or resentment following an offence or mistake, collide violently with an obstacle or another vehicle, the ship from Greek mythology in which Jason sails to fetch the Golden Fleece, and modified forelimbs that bear large feathers and are used for flying. Sophie, welcome back. Welcome back. OK, last time we discovered that you are studying for your chartered accountancy.
Yes, I am.
2 more years to go.
Yes.
What are the bright highlights on your horizon, though, apart from the chartered accountancy?
I'm hoping to do some more travelling as well.
Where have you been so far?
So I did a gap year and I did some travelling around South America and Southeast Asia.
Where have you yet to go? Where do you want to go?
I'd love to go to Antarctica and I'd love to do more of Africa and just travel around all the states of USA.
Excellent. So, now, Sophie.
Yes.
Here we have Best Picture winners.
I know a few, but I think the one I'm most confident is the ship from the Greek mythology on which Jason sailed to fetch the Golden Fleece, and that is Argo.
Argo.
Yes.
Argo, says Sophie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Argo. Argo is right. That's a good answer. 28. Very well done, Sophie. Gets us off to a flying start. 28 for Argo.
Yeah, directed by and starring Ben Affleck, all about the Iran hostage crisis. It's a good film. Argo.
It's a great film.
Like, really...
Yeah.
Like, tense.
Very. Thanks, Richard. Now, Faye, welcome to Pointless.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here from Northamptonshire. What keeps you busy in Northamptonshire? Tell us all about yourself.
I am a cake decorator. I didn't bring cake, though.
What?
But if I get through to the next round, to the next one, I will bring cake.
That's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable. What's your favourite medium for decorating the cake?
I like making like flowers and fiddly bits and pieces. I do a lot of wedding cakes.
I do like a cake.
I like a cake. I like a well-decorated cake.
Faye, what would you like to go for on our board?
I'm going to go for the largest city of Morocco as Casablanca.
Casablanca, says Faye. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with Faye. Casablanca. $55. 55 for Casablanca.
Yeah, Dooley Wilson, who plays he plays Sam, the pianist in Casablanca, very famously. He's a drummer, couldn't play the piano.
Really?
Yeah.
There we are. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Saeed, welcome.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Saeed.
I'm a business director for a marketing company in London.
What sort of marketing do you specialise in?
So I manage a team of 45, and we look after all the advertising that you see on social networks. So unfortunately, we do all of that kind of stuff that knows you better than you know yourself.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's clever.
Yeah.
All those cookies got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, Saeed, what are you thinking?
So I would like to go for collide violently with an obstacle or another vehicle, crash.
Crash, says Saeed. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said crash. It's absolutely right. 73. 73.
Yeah, I think a lot of that 73 was from the clue rather than from the film.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Chris, welcome back. Oh, we had to say goodbye to you in round 2 last time. That was too early, I think. We've all accepted that. Chris, remind us about yourself.
Sure, so I'm a software engineer. I'm originally from Scotland, but live in Bristol with Ben.
And how do you and Ben know each other?
My fiancée does a chemistry PhD with Ben, so we met through her.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. After hours, discussing chemistry.
Well, I try and avoid it.
Yeah, OK, there we go. Now, Chris, this board is all yours. Fill in all those blanks for us.
Difficult and full of problems, I really have no idea. Your small settlement, I suppose, is a hamlet. Still the subject of anger or resentment. Kind of a guess, but maybe unforgiven. And then large forelimbs are wings. Wings is going to be a big scorer, so I might take a bit of a punt on still the subject of anger or resentment following an offence or mistake. Unforgiven?
Unforgiven. Well, let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said unforgiven. It is unforgiven. It is unforgiven, and I think, Chris, that is going to be a brilliant answer, and so it is. Look, at 19. Very well done indeed.
Great work, Chris. Yeah, Clint Eastwood gave his mum a small role in that film, but then he cut her out in the edit. So she wasn't in the film.
Was he always planning to do that?
I don't know, but he had to thank her in his Oscar acceptance speech. So that was nice. Just about got away with it.
That is nice.
Shall we fill in the rest of these?
Yes.
We'll leave R for the moment. W, you're quite right, is wings. And again, a big score, I think, just because of the clue. Would have scored you 67 points. The small settlement is Hamlet. And that would have scored you 57. Now, this is a very famous film, but a very low score. And it is...
Difficult and full of...
Rocky. Rocky. It scored you 4 points. It's annoying, isn't it?
Oh, it is annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have loved to have got that. Oh, well, there we are. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through our round. Let's have a look at those scores. 19. Well done, Chris. Best score of the past there. Fantastic. Then we travel up to 28. Sophie and Helen. Very good indeed. Our returning pairs looking very strong. Faye and Graham on 55. Not bad. 73, though, is where Saeed and Daniel are. So, Daniel, let's have a nice low score from you. You're going to come back down the line now. Well, the second players, please step up to the podium. OK, let's put 7 more clues to Best Picture Oscar-winning films up on the board, and here they come. A person trained to fight with weapons in an arena in ancient Rome, G, 2001. Have a second job, typically, secretly and at night, in addition to one's regular employment, M, 2017. A formal procession of people on horseback or riding in vehicles, C, 1934. Surname of the mother and son who both served as Prime Minister of India in the 1980s, G, 1983. The most populous city in Illinois, USA, C, 2003. A subdivision of a company of soldiers, usually commanded by a subaltern or lieutenant, P, 1987. And of exceptional strength, size or power, T, 1998. I shall read those all again. A person trained to fight with weapons in an arena in ancient Rome. Have a second job, typically secretly and at night, in addition to one's regular employment. A formal procession of people on horseback or riding in vehicles. Surname of the mother and son who both served as Prime Minister of India in the 1980s. The most populous city in Illinois, USA. A subdivision of a company of soldiers, usually commanded by a subaltern or lieutenant. And of exceptional strength, size or power. There we go. Now then, Ben. Welcome back.
Hello.
Great to have you amongst our number one more time. Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a chemistry PhD student living in Bristol at the moment. From Herefordshire originally, and I moved down there to study.
And how much longer is the PhD going to go on for?
2 more years now.
2 more years, Bristol. Bristol's lovely, isn't it?
It's a great city, yeah.
OK, very good. And what are your interests when you're not doing that? What do you love to do?
The things I enjoy most are sport, so football and rugby mainly. I currently play 5-a-side football with the chemistry department. And that's about it, really.
OK, now, Ben, you're on 19. If you can score 53 or less, even at this early stage, you're in round 2.
Yes. Well, because we've got such a great score, I think I'm going to try and play it safe.
Really?
Yeah. It might be a bit boring, but I'm going for it. So I think I'm going to go for the top one and go Gladiator.
OK, Gladiator. Here's your red line. Can you get below that red line with Gladiator? Let's find out. It's right. It's a big score, Ben. That's 84, taking your total up to 103.
Yeah, I think you might have been overestimating slightly how safe you needed to take it there. Very big score. But easy clue, and everyone knows the film.
I
combination.
think to play it safe really is to go for something that's a low score. That is not safe. That's really dangerous. Dangerous. Verging on lethal.
Blimey, you've really upset him.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Daniel, welcome to Pointless. Wonderful to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Daniel.
So I work in sales. I basically pitch and sell creative advertising campaigns for a weekly London-based publication.
So what are your interests, Daniel?
So I'm quite into art, so I've been to quite a few art exhibitions lately, into life drawing classes as well, frequently attending those.
Doing the drawing? Or
Indeed, yes.
Not disrobing?
No. Don't know if I quite have the confidence for that.
Yeah. Daniel, now listen, you're on 73. You were the high scorers halfway through the round, but if you can score 29 or less at this point, it's looking good.
OK, so there are a couple on there that I am quite sure of, but not 100%. So I think the answer I'm going to go for is the second one. I have a second job, typically secretly at night, and say Moonlight.
OK, Moonlight.
Yes.
There we are. OK, there is your red line. Moonlight. Let's see if you can get below that red line with Moonlight. Absolutely right. Oh, bang on. It's exactly what you needed. 29. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 102. You are in round 2. Very well done.
Yeah, just that phrase, playing it safe. Playing it safe keeps coming back to you.
There we are. Very good. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Graham, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you with us. Tell us all about yourself, Graham.
I'm retired last year. I was a phlebotomist working for the Leicester Blood Service.
It's lovely just to be able to say phlebotomist.
Yeah. Best team in the country, Leicester team.
Oh, the Leicester team. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you mean the phlebotomy team?
Yep.
Yes, OK. Absolutely right.
Good. Oh, and the Leicester team as well.
Well, there we go. They get some recognition too, I suppose. But, Graham, what do you love to do now? What's your...
I like walking, looking after grandchildren. I've got 3 grandchildren.
Very
Chloe,
nice.
Jude and Amelie.
Oh, just remembered Amelie in time. Good. Good. Well done. Now, Graham, you are on 55. 47 or less gets you into round 2.
I'm going to go for the formal procession of people on horseback and say cavalcade.
Cavalcade, says Graham. OK, here is your red line. Can you get below that with cavalcade? Let's find out. It's right. And you are through. Very well done indeed. 16. 16, I can confidently say, is the lowest score of the round so far. 71 is your total. Well done.
That's a terrific answer. Well played. And it's all those people who said convoy at home. It was cavalcade, based on the Noel Coward play.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So Helen. And so Helen, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Helen.
Oh, I just abandoned careers left, right and centre.
This is what we discovered last time. Helen, I mean, you were in the law, abandoned it. Yeah. What else have you abandoned? Chester, Chester, the city of Chester.
Yes,
they've even made you a freeman of the city of Chester.
Yeah, I know.
And you've walked away.
I still go back a lot, though.
What's on the horizon, Helen? What are you hoping to do this year?
Well, I finished my masters, and I'm hoping when I've done some house extension work to get back, and I'd like to do a PhD if I possibly can.
Very good. In the history.
Yes, I like the study of women's history in the 20th century.
Women's history in the 20th century. Fantastic. Yeah. OK, now, Helen, 28's your score at the moment. 74 or less gets you into the next round.
Right.
Do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Well, surname of the mother and son of it said that's Gandhi. Most populous city in Illinois, USA, is Chicago. A subdivision of a company of soldiers, usually commanded by a subaltern or lieutenant is platoon. And of exceptional strength, size or power, that's one I'm struggling with. So I think I'm going to have to go for platoon.
Brilliant. OK, platoon, says Helen. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. There's your red line. It's nice and high. Can you get below it with platoon? It's right. And you're through. Very well done. Very well done indeed. 61, good enough. Takes your total up to 89.
You were right about playing it safe.
I knew it.
Yeah. Shall we fill in the rest of these?
Yes.
Now, the surname, you're quite right, was Gandhi. That would have seen you through as well by 1.74. That would have scored you. The most populous city in Illinois is Chicago. And that would have scored you 43. And do you know this bottom one?
Titanic.
Titanic. So would have scored you 27. 3 people on our poll said Terminator for that last one.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, well, we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. And Ben and Chris. Oh, Chris, you were doing so well there.
Well, you could have me back if you like.
Yeah, well, I know. Lovely low score. I honestly thought, well, that's nice. They're just going to storm it, this one. And then, Mr. Safety comes in. I'm so sorry, 103, it's just too high. We have to say goodbye to you, but it's been lovely having you here. Thank you so much. Ben and Chris, brilliant. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. Very well done, all of you. Now, best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is hot drinks. The hot drinks category, for which we're famous. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many top tea-producing countries as they could. Richard.
Yeah, in 2017, there were 34 countries in the world which produced over 1,000 tonnes of tea, according to the UN. Can you name any of those 34 countries, please? As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right.
Thank you very much.
That's it, very British. Nice cup of tea.
Nice cup of tea.
But where does it come from?
Well, I've got a good answer for this.
Oh, have you?
I bet someone else will take it.
OK. If they don't, then you say it at the end.
Yeah. Sophie. Tea. This is fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love tea. I like herbal teas mostly. I've got quite a large cabinet of them. But I'm trying to think of countries that produce them.
This is just normal tea, no herbal teas or fruit teas.
I'm going to go for, hopefully, a nice, good, a low answer of Cambodia.
Cambodia, says Sophie. Cambodia. Let's find out if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Cambodia. Oh. Oh, bad luck. That seems right, but so wrong. I'm so sorry. Scores you 100 points.
Yeah, I think that's very unlucky. You know, you didn't go for an obvious one.
I think that's very unlucky.
There we are.
Faye.
I know the 2 obvious ones, but I'm not going to go for those.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not go the gladiator route.
So I'm going to guess and say Japan.
Japan. Interesting. Let's find out. How many of our 100 people said Japan? It's right. And it's a great answer. 14. Very well done indeed, Faye. Very well done.
Yeah, it's very well worked out. 81,000 tonnes of tea produced by Japan in 2017. Wow. That's a lot of tea.
That's a lot of tea. Thank you very much. Daniel.
I've got a few potential options in my head. I'm going to give my answer as India.
India. OK. Daniel says India. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right, and it scores 90. Yes, that's a high score. 90 for India.
Yeah, 1.3 million tonnes coming from India.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 14, Faye. Very well done indeed. 14. Lovely low score there. Then we travel quite a long way to 90, where we find Daniel and Saeed. And then it's just a little hop up to 100, where we find Sophie and Helen. It's nice that you've got some company up there, which is good. You know, you're not way out in front. But Helen, we need an answer like Cambodia, but right.
Yeah.
Sort of somewhere down here. But, you know, that's the kind, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yes. Well done, everybody. Best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so, Saeed, we are looking for the name of any country that produced over 1,000 tonnes of tea in 2017.
I'm going to go with Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, says Saeed. Here's your red line. It's going to be low, but let's see how far down the column we get with Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is right. Not bad. Look, 44. 134 is your total. Could have done enough there.
Yeah, very popular in the UK, Sri Lankan tea.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Graham, good news for you. You're through whatever you score here. Right. Lovely low score from Faye in the first pass there.
I've got to go for a risky one, I think.
Good.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Afghanistan. I mean, why not? Why on earth not? Let's find out. Afghanistan, is that right? How many people said it? No red line for you, you're already through. No. So, you know, it sort of stands to reason, though, doesn't it? But as it turns out, wrong. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 114.
Yeah, I would have put money on that being right. I have to say, it feels like it would be right.
Doesn't it?
But I would have put money on Cambodia as well. So I would have lost a lot of money in this round.
Now then, Helen. There you are. You're on 100. The high score is 134. You have to score 33 or less.
I'm going to go with Malaysia.
Malaysia. Malaysia.
Yes.
OK, here is your red line. I think you can do that. I think that's achievable. Let's find out. Malaysia, is it right? How many of our 100 people said it? It is right. And you've done it. Very well done indeed. Head-to-head awaits. Oh, down to 5. Superb. Very well done indeed. 105 is your total.
Well played. Lovely end to the round. And in fact, deserved as well, because I'll tell you how good a wrong answer Cambodia was and how unlucky it was. Thailand is a correct answer for 9. Vietnam is a correct answer for 6. Myanmar is a correct answer for 4. And Laos is a correct answer as a pointless answer as well. So everywhere around Cambodia was an answer, but not Cambodia. But you are through anyway. Shall we take a look at a few low scorers here, and then we'll go through the pointless answers?
Oh, can I try out my one?
Oh, yes, of course.
I was going to try mine. Malawi.
Malawi, that's interesting. Well, it's a pointless answer.
Oh,
very well
that's
done.
good.
Very well done. Low scorers, you'd have got 8 for Bangladesh, 7 for Nepal. You'd have got 5 for Uganda, 4 for Ethiopia, South Africa, Turkey, weirdly. 2 points for Argentina, Peru, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, 1 for Iran, 1 for Mozambique, 1 for Rwanda, 1 for South Korea. And let's take a look at the pointless answers now. These would have added £250 to the jackpot. You could have said Bolivia, Burundi, Cameroon, DRC, Ecuador, Georgia. There's Laos, there's Malawi, and Papua New Guinea. Very well done if you said any of those at home. Mauritius as well was a pointless answer. Should we look at the top 3?
Yeah.
These are the top 3 that people said when we asked them at home. We've heard a couple of these already. Sri Lanka was 3rd with 44, then China 72, and India way out on the top there with 90.
Thanks very much, Richard. So we are at the end of our second round, and I'm afraid we have to say goodbye to another pair. Saeed and Daniel, I'm sorry, it is you on 134. No wrong answers there, but India, I'm afraid that was a punishing one to go for there. And we will see you again next time, Saeed and Daniel. Look forward to that very much. Meantime, thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Graham and Faye, Helen and Sophie. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for that jackpot, currently standing, let's not forget, at £3,000. So this is where teamwork comes into play, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. This is exciting.
Parent and daughter special.
Yeah.
That's nice. We finally found out what's better, dads or mums.
Yeah, Northants or Surrey. Oh, look at it however you like. This is going to be exciting and hard won, I think. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns famous glasses wearers without glasses. Oh, that's good.
Firstly, who said that? Secondly, we're going to show you 5 pictures now of people who are used to seeing wearing glasses, but they're not wearing their glasses. Can you identify these 5 people, please?
You didn't used to wear glasses I mean, you wear them occasionally.
Contact lenses, yeah.
Yeah, contact lenses, yeah.
First time I met you, you were wearing a monocle.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, let's reveal our pictures of famous people who wear glasses without glasses. And here they are. We have got A, B. C. D. And E.
Some good photos.
They're really good. Okay, there we are. Who are these famous glasses wearers without their glasses? Graham and Faye, you get to go first.
I know the obvious ones, but...
Do you know C?
No.
I do.
Okay.
I'll go for C. Robert Peston.
Robert Peston. Robert Peston, say Graham and Faye. Now, Helen and Sophie, the board's all yours. Talk us through them.
I think A is Elton John, B is Sue Perkins, D I think might be Sue Pollard, and E is Eric Morecambe. Should we take a punt? Yes, we'll go for Sue Pollard, D.
One of the two soups, Erkins or Ollard. Yes. OK, so you're going to go for Sue Pollard. We have Robert Peston and we have Sue Pollard. Graham and Faye have gone for Robert Peston for C. Let's see how many people said that. Ten. Very strong. Robert Peston, 10. Helen and Sophie, let's see. You've gone for Sue Pollard for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Down it goes to 26. Very well done indeed, Graham and Faye. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Well, those were the best two answers on the board. Couldn't have played that round better, both teams. Well played, and you're right about all the others, but let's take a look at the scores. A is Elton John. He would have scored you 79. Sue Perkins would have scored you 42. I've never seen Eric Morecambe without his glasses.
Is that funny? I know.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I mean, you kind of know exactly who it is, but it's, it looks so different. And he would have scored you 43.
Wonderful. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. Helen and Sophie, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Good luck. Our second question today is all about mixed bag. Richard.
5 clues now, all relating in some way or another to the word bag.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal all our bag clues. Pink and white striped cloth cat, the title character of a 1970 animated children's TV series. US singer nicknamed the Godfather of Soul, who had a 1965 hit with Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Container for a type of pungent vegetable with concentric layers and a nickname for the goal net in football. Heavy stuffed cylindrical bag used by boxers in training. And TV comedy drama series starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge, first broadcast in 2016. I'm going to read those clues again. Pink and white striped cloth cat, the title character of a 1970 animated children's TV series. US singer nicknamed the Godfather of Soul, who had a 1965 hit with Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Container for a type of pungent vegetable with concentric layers and a nickname for the goal net in football. Heavy stuffed cylindrical bag used by boxers in training. And TV comedy drama series starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge, first broadcast in 2016. So there we are. Helen and Sophie, you get to go first.
Should we do the TV comedy drama starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag?
Fleabag, say Helen and Sophie. Now, Graham and Faye, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Top one's
Bagpuss.
Bagpuss. Second one's James Brown. Don't know the third one. And Punch Bag.
Pink and white striped cloth cat. Bagpuss.
OK, Bagpuss. So we have Fleabag, we have Bagpuss. Helen and Sophie have gone for Fleabag. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is Fleabag. Down it goes to 22. Graham and Faye, meanwhile, have gone for Bagpuss. Let's see how many of our 100 said Bagpuss. It's right... Oh, that's a high score. 67 for Bagpuss. Very well done, Helen and Sophie, back in contention. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
And once again, the first team to go picks the best answer on the board as well. So terrific head-to-head so far, Fleabag. Best answer you could have got. The US singer was James Brown. It would have scored you 29 points. The container and the name for a goal net in football is the onion bag. Yeah, the onion bag would have scored you 25. And the cylindrical bag, it is punch bag, big scorer though, 71 points for that.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So here comes the decider. This is the 3rd question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final to play for that jackpot. So best of luck to both pairs. Our 3rd question today is all about animals in classical music. Richard.
5 titles now are pieces of classical music or ballet or opera, but we've missed out the word of an animal from each title. Can you tell me what the animal is, please? Best of luck, both teams.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 pieces of classical music with a missing animal, and here they are. Blank Lake, Tchaikovsky. The Blank's Feast, Roussel. The Blank Ascending, Vaughan Williams. Peter and the Blank, Prokofiev. And The Thieving Blank, Rossini. I shall read those all again. Blank Lake, Tchaikovsky. The Blank's Feast, Roussel. The Blank Ascending, Vaughan Williams. Peter and the Blank, Prokofiev. And The Thieving Blank, Rossini. There we are. Graham and Faye will go first.
We will go for the 4th one. Peter and the Wolf.
Peter and the Wolf, say Graham and Faye. Helen and Sophie, talk us through the rest of that board, if you can.
I think it's Swan Lake. Not too sure about the 2nd one. And I think the 3rd one is the Lark Ascending. And I think the last one is the Thieving Magpie. We'll go for the Lark Ascending, I think.
The Lark Ascending, say Helen and Sophie. So we have Wolf versus Lark. Graham and Faye went Wolf. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Wolf. Wolf is right. 76, though. That's a high score. Peter and the Wolf. Helen and Sophie have gone for the Lark Ascending. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Lark. It's right. And it wins you the point. Very well done indeed. Down it goes to 33. That means, Helen and Sophie, after 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Great head-to-head from everybody there. We'll fill in the rest of these. You're quite right. It is the Thieving Magpie. That would have scored you 40 points. Swan Lake is a very big score. 95 for Swan Lake. Now, do you know this next one? It's the best answer by a mile.
Do you know, I have no idea.
Well, the Spider's Feast. The Spider's Feast, 1 point. You said that.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. Graham and Faye, I'm afraid it is you. But you played so well across the show today, and you'll be back next time, which is great news for us. Anyway, we look forward to that. Thank you so much, Graham and Faye. But for Helen and Sophie, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Helen and Sophie. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. There it is. So, yes, we said goodbye far too early last time. And here you are. In fact, do you know what this is? Helen, this is your form, you see. You have a way of ditching something halfway through and then coming back and storming it. And that's what you've done.
Yeah.
That is what has happened today. There we are. And you've proved that mums are better than dads.
Oh, yes.
There we are. Dad, if you're watching, I didn't really mean that. Sorry, that sounds... sorry. As always, though, you need to choose your category from the 4 we put up on the board today. Is there anything you particularly want to see? What's the...
I mean, you...
Oh, please, no sport.
So you're quite good at history.
Yeah,
History.
but anything but sport.
OK, well, there should be other things than sport. Let's hope. Well, let's see. Today's selection looks like this. We have got Brit Award winners in the 2010s, boxing, Berlin, stage musicals based on films.
Oh, can't do Brit Award winners. You're really
Not
good.
in the 2010s.
No.
Boxing, definitely not.
No.
Berlin, not possibly.
You're OK at stage musicals.
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends what's asked.
Should we give it a go?
Yeah, go.
Or yeah, I'm not much good at Berlin.
No,
Do you
okay.
think, should we go stage musicals?
Stage musicals.
OK, stage musicals based on films, Richard.
Okay, very best of luck. We're looking for any song that appears on the following, please. Any song from the original cast recording of Billy Elliot the Musical from 2005. Any song from the original cast recording of Hairspray from 2002. Or any song from the original cast recording of Shrek the Musical in 2011. So any song from those original cast recordings, very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win the jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Focus on the ones you like the look of. Are you ready? Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
So I don't know any Billy Elliot ones.
No.
Hairspray. There's a few. I've got them in my head.
Just sing them.
No. Shrek the Musical. Freak Flag. What's Up in Duloc. Oh gosh.
Something about the telly. Mum. No. I don't know.
Possibly not. Oh gosh. Freak Flag. Overture. Oh no, I can't think of any.
You got 3.
No, I got Freak Flag. What's Up in Duloc? Oh, gosh, I can't think of the third one.
Some title.
I literally.
Spray.
Oh no, I can't think. Oh, I can't think of it. No, it's really annoying. I can sing the song.
Sing it.
I'm not going to sing it.
10 seconds left.
No, I can't think of it.
Hairspray the time.
Good Morning Baltimore.
Okay, fabulous.
There we are. Your time is up. Let's have your 3 answers. What have you got?
All right, so it'll be Good Morning Baltimore
From
Hairspray.
Good Morning Baltimore.
What's Up in Duloc from Shrek the Musical.
What's Up in Duloc.
And Freak Flag from
And
Shrek the
Freak
Musical.
Flag. Of the 3 of them, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Probably Freak Flag.
Freak Flag goes last. Least likely to be pointless.
Good Morning Baltimore.
Good Morning Baltimore. And What's Up in Duloc goes in the middle. Brilliant. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Good Morning Baltimore, What's Up in Duloc, and Freak Flag. There we are, 3 good answers there. Now, if one of these were to win that jackpot for you, what would you like to do with the money? 3,000 quid, not a bad thing to win.
Well, I'm currently still living with my parents, and as lovely as they are, I would love to move out into London, so it'll probably go towards that.
OK, Helen?
I'd like to give her the money to go.
That's hilarious. OK, so your first answer was Good Morning Baltimore. In this case, we were looking for songs from Hairspray, the musical. Let us find out how many of our 100 people said it. If it's pointless, you leave with 3 grand. How many people said Good Morning Baltimore? It's right. Good Morning Baltimore now takes us down through the 20s. We're going through the teens. We are into single figures, still going down, still down to 2. This is superb. And that was the one you thought was your least likely to be pointless. Things are looking up. OK, not a pointless answer, though. So let's move on to your next answer. What's Up in Duloc? We've now moved to Shrek the Musical. If this is a pointless answer, you leave here with £3,000. How many people said What's Up in Duloc? Seemingly, that's an incorrect answer. All will be explained shortly. OK, let's move on to your 3rd and final answer. Freak Flag. Again, we're looking for songs from Shrek the Musical. If Freak Flag is pointless, you leave here with £3,000. Very best of luck. How many people said Freak Flag? That's right. Your first answer was Good Morning Baltimore. That took us all the way down to 2. Your second answer, What's Up in Duloc, was incorrect. But your 3rd and final answer has taken us down through the single figure. Very well done indeed. Freak Flag. That was absolutely superb. Very well done indeed. Wow. Congratulations. Freak Flag was a pointless answer. You are moving out. Oh. With that jackpot of £3,000. Very well done indeed. Helen and Sophie, brilliant.
Beautifully done, very well played, very well deserved as well. It's just What's Up Duloc, not What's Up in Duloc, so we couldn't give you that one there, but it didn't matter because you had a pointless answer there. Congratulations, well done if you said it at home as well. Let's start with Billy Elliot, the musical. All of these are pointless answers. You could have said Born to Boogie, Expressing Yourself, Merry Christmas, Maggie Thatcher was a pointless answer. Solidarity, Angry Dance, Deep into the Ground, He Could Be a Star, Once We Were Kings, The Letter and The Stars Look Down. All of those were pointless answers as well. Hairspray now, it's my favourite musical, Hairspray, in case you're wondering. All of these were pointless answers. Big, Blonde and Beautiful, Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now, Miss Baltimore Crabs, The Nicest Kids in Town is a pointless answer. You could have had Cooties, I Know Where I've Been, Run and Tell That, The Big Dollhouse and Timeless to Me. They were all pointless answers there. And finally, songs from Shrek the Musical, which you clearly know very well. You could have had Build a Wall, Story of My Life, When Words Fail, Who I'd Be, in fact, everything apart from I'm a Believer, and I Think I Got You Beat. Every other song on that soundtrack recording was a pointless answer.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thanks once again to our winning players, Helen and Sophie, who take away today's jackpot of £3,000. Brilliant. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.